Adoatv, bringing good things. Adoatv, bringing good things to life. Adoatv, bringing good things to life.
Seven of the Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Hello there, good morning and welcome. This is AM News on Adoatv Television. We're live all across the world on TV and online from digital address GA2260733. You're also live on digital channel 37 and 38. My name is Nanyama Collison. Our top stories this morning. The Communications Director at the Presidency, Eugene Ahin, in a statement signed by him, has communicated to the entire nation that the Minister for Children, Gender and Social Protection Ministry Adoatv, her leave of absence have been extended till further notice. In her absence, the Minister for Sanitation and Water Resources take charge. Also coming up, a delegation from Adoatv Television visits Johannesburg to meet the South Africa Broadcasting Corporation. In business this morning, COPEC is worried that if governments don't intervene in the current prices of fuel and diesel, the price would hit 7 Ghana cedis. You might want to stay with us because details of this and many others comes up in a jiffy. Hello again. The news is live on Facebook at Adoatv Television Ghana. There You may want to join us with your thoughts and comments. Let's settle further details now. The President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, has extended the leave of absence for the office of the Minister of Gender, Children and Social Protection, Honorable Sarah Adoatv, who is also the Member of Parliament for Dome-Kwabenya, which have to be ended at 31st August 2021. This was contained in a statement released by the Communications Directorate at the Jubilee House, signed by the Director of Communications, Eugene Ahin, dated October 6, 2021. According to the statement, in the absence of Adoatv and till further notice, the President has directed the Minister for Sanitation and Water Resources, Honorable Cecilia Nadapa, to act as the caretaker minister for the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection. The minister sought leave of absence for personal reasons. News this morning, the University Teachers Association of Ghana have asked its members to resume their suspended strike on Friday, October 8, 2021 over poor working conditions of services. According to the association, negotiations with government are in a stalemate a month after it suspended the earlier strike. Hence, it ended and it has resumed from its strike. This was contained in a press release issued to members on Tuesday, October 5, 2021.
The University Teachers Association of Ghana has asked its members to resume their suspended strike on Friday. According to the said release, the decision arrived on Friday, October 1st, 2021. UTAG insists that the decision has become imperative because negotiations with the government are in passe a month after it suspended the earlier strike. Following the signing of Memorandum of Agreement with the employer to complete the negotiation on the condition of service of university teachers within 1 month by resolving all outstanding issues, which form the basis for suspending the strike, it is sad to report that 1 month moratorium has elapsed and the negotiations has almost reached a stalemate, the statement said. UTAG also stated that, unfortunately, within 1 month moratorium, the employer never shifted its position even though UTAG made a number of concessions. It thus concluded that, for this reason, the National Executive Committee of UTAG, at its meeting held on October 1st, 2021, resolved that if the employer's position remains unchanged by Friday, 8th October 2021, members should resume the suspension of teaching and related activities until further notice. UTAG members went on strike on a 17-day strike action in August 2021 because they wanted the government to reinstall the conditions of service agreed upon in 2012, which they said was far better than the current situation. The 2012 single spine package put entry-level lecturers on salary of $2,084, while the current level puts lecturers' salaries around $900. The strike by UTAG seriously affected academic and some non-academic work at the various tertiary campuses. The High Court's Labour Division 1 advised the National Labour Commission and UTAG to settle the stalemates over their industrial action out of court. UTAG had earlier disclosed that it will only call off its strike completely upon successful negotiations with the government and the NLC.
Still remain of issues remaining to education. A former dean of University of Ghana's School of Communications and Information Studies, Professor Audrey, has stated emphatically that there's no law in Ghana's book against being a gay. According to her, the closest to the anti-gay law that people can quote is the issue of uninatural carnal knowledge, which is a colonial carrier.
A former dean of the University of Ghana School of Information and Communication Studies, Professor Audrey Gajikpo, says that there is no law in Ghana against being gay. There is no law. The closest you will get people quote is the law against unnatural carnal knowledge. That's colonial era law. The British bequeathed it to us. We haven't removed it from our books. But if somebody is gay, does it automatically translate to the person having unnatural carnal knowledge? So if you are heterosexual, does it automatically translate to you having sex? She asked. She explained that even for heterosexuals, identifying with their orientation did not necessarily translate to having sex. She added that sex was an activity and a matter of choice because some people may never have sex in their lives. Secondly, unnatural carnal knowledge defined is not only restricted to homosexuality, oral sex, as well as unnatural carnal knowledge, but anal sex is also unnatural carnal knowledge, and therefore heterosexuals who indulge in those according to the law are just as guilty as homosexuals, she submitted. Professor Gajikpo is part of a group of 18 academicians and human rights defenders who have voiced strong opposition to a bill before Parliament seeking to extensively criminalize the activities of lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, intersex, LGBTQ+. The group submitted a memorandum to Parliament seeking that the bill is rejected because it was largely unconstitutional and infringed on basic human rights. Members of Parliament behind the bill, led by Ningo Prampram MP Sam Nate George, have rubbished the memorandum and asserted that the bill will be passed into law because it has the support of the wider Ghanaian populace. All that said, the wardens of the memorandum are equally of the candid view that the anti-LGBTQ+ bill is a characteristic of medieval parliament and no current parliament will oversee its passage.
To stay on the issue pertaining to LGBTQ plus law passage, because Member of Parliament for South Day constituency, Honorable Roxanne Nelson Damafiakpo, has disclosed that lawmakers behind the anti-LGBTQ plus bill remain resolute in their bid to ensure the passage into law. According to him, members of Parliament owe the majority of Ghanaians a responsibility to safeguard the values of the country and promote sexual preferences which are in sync with the country's general values.
Parliament for South Day has disclosed that lawmakers behind the anti-LGBTQ+ bill remain resolute in their bid to ensure its passage into law. According to Dixon Dafimapo, he urged the persons behind the memo to promote same-sex relationship in their families and spare the country their alien agenda. Singing out Professor Emerita Techiwa Menu for criticism, Dafimapo charged her to permit her sons and daughters to have sexual affairs since it is their right. He stated that whilst it is within Professor Emerito Menu's preview to promote such culture within her family, he and his colleagues will use every possible means to avert it from becoming a national practice. Roxanne revealed that Professor Menu's quest to use the malaria situation in the country to discredit the task of the MPs is flawed, as the country has a comprehensive anti-malaria policy. Professor Techiwa Menu said at the press conference that malaria is killing people and we are not doing anything about it. Is she not aware that we have a whole policy tackling malaria? When they want to champion a certain cause, then they make these vague arguments that malaria is killing people and we are not concerned. Professor Techiwa Menu has sons and daughters. If she can advise them to marry themselves, then it's her own headache, but we won't allow them to pollute the society. If we pass the law and they are not happy, they should go to the Supreme Court. The member of the Constitutional, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs Committee of Parliament said that his outfit will invite members of the pro-LGBTQ+ campaign to provide a defense of their memo. He therefore assured that nothing will stand in their way of the MPs in passing the Promotions of Proper Human Sexual Rights and Ghanaian Family Value Bills 2021. I have read their memo and would want them to show us the human rights law is abusing. They should show us the human rights. If Adoatv is saying what we are doing is against the rights of people, he should show us the identified members of the group. If some group rise up that they are going to rob people, are we saying that they can't be stopped because they have the right to join any group? Adoatv claims to fight for the minority. Who are they? They should be an identifiable minority. Adoatv comes from Sao. The people have no representatives in parliament. Why is he not fighting for them? We have received his memo laced with insult. He insulted us in the memo but will not say anything. He said the bill is a conduct unbecoming of a modern parliament. He said we are witch hunting gays and lesbians in the country. We will allow them to defend their memo, he stated.
If you just join us, you're watching AM News on Adwa Television with me, Nanya McCollison. Let's do some other stories now. A delegation from Adwa Media Consult, Adwa Television, led by the director, Mr. Reginald Anseji, has met the CEO and the management team of South African Broadcasting Corporation, South Africa's biggest broadcasting hub, on future participation, mentorship, and contest of syndication. The team from Adoatv were taken through a tour within South African Broadcasting Corporation's radio and television sections before engaging the management team of the mother broadcasting firm in South Africa. After the cordial and formal conversations, a memorandum of understanding is expected to be issued between both media firms to kickstart the great amalgamating. As part of the MOU, would require the correspondents from Adoatv presenting features on Ghana and West Africa sub-region and vice versa. The MOU would also see the syndication of contests for both channels, where businesses alike would reach target audience in the rest of the continent. The delegation from Adoatv includes Mr. Cyril Jones Okai, Deputy Director for the channel in charge of administration, marketing, and finance, Mr. Reginald Adi, head of social media, Mr. Samuel Kusia Pia, head of events and sport, Mr. Cyril Maron Ameku, technical department, Mr. Magnus Thompson, social media department, and Mr. Reginald Robertson, programs manager. The theme is embarking on a 10-day working visit to Johannesburg aside the engagement with the South African Broadcasting Corporation, also to other advertisement firms, businesses, and tourists for future collaborations. News this morning, the minority in parliament is opposing the use of the Ghana card identification as a sole card to be used by Ghanaians for the re-registration of their SIM card. According to the deputy ranking member on the communications committee, Sam Nete George, the legislature that backs SIM registration does not make the Ghana card a sole card for the purposes of registration. They hence demand the immediate withdrawal for the threat for all SIM cards cannot or do not re-register by March 2022 to be deactivated.
The minority in Parliament on the Communications Committee are making a case against the re-registration of all subscriber identification model cards as directed by the Ministry of Communications and Digitalization. The exercise, which started October 1, is in two phases: linking one's Ghana card to a SIM card and then physically visiting an agent of a service provider by a SIM card holder for an integration process to be completed. As part of the policy directive from the ministry, failure to register one SIM within a 6-month period could lead to one losing their phone numbers entirely, and this means that one must have a Ghana card to be able to register a SIM card. Addressing the press in Parliament, Sam George stated that the minority are opposing the sole use of the Ghana identification card as the sole card to be used by Ghanaians for the re-registration of their SIM cards. According to him, the legislation that backs SIM registration does not make the Ghana card the sole card for purposes of registration.
The current legislation that backs SIM registration in Ghana is the LI 2006 that was passed by Parliament in 2011 under then Minister for Communications and now Minority Leader Honorable Haruna Idrisu. This legislation saw the registration that happened in 2012 in the country. The legislative instrument, that's the LI 2006, does not mandate the linkage of the Ghana card to activate a SIM card in this country. The National Identification Authority Act 2006, Act 707, and LI 2111, which introduced the use of the Ghana card as a principal document for registration of a number of national cards, including SIM cards, bank accounts, passports, cannot be applied retrospectively to SIM cards that were registered legally and legitimately under the existing LI 2006.
However, he suggested the use of passports, driver's license, and voters' ID cards as part of identification for the registration process.
Section 7 of LI 2111 makes the use of the Ghana card mandatory, but does not make it the sole card for the purpose of registration. And this is a very critical point, because you hear the ministry say that the LI 2111 says that the Ghana card is the only card to be used for the registration of SIMs. That is not correct. And we can quote for you what the LI says specifically, so that and I would urge you as media men to take the LI and look at it. LI 2111, Section 7 says, mandatory use of national identity card. 7.1 says, a national identity card issued to an individual shall be used for the following transactions where identification is required. A, application for an issuance of a passport. B, application for an issuance of a driver's license. C, opening of individual or personal bank accounts. D, purchase of insurance policies. E, purchase, transfer, and registration of land. F, transactions pertaining to individuals in respect of pension. G, transactions specified under the National Health Insurance Scheme. H, transactions that have social security implications. I, consumer credit transactions. J, registration of voters. K, payment of taxes. L, registration of SIM cards. M, application for public or government services, facilities, approvals, permission of benefit. And N, any other transaction which the authority may determine and publish in this gazette. Now, the point we make here is it says shall be used, but does not say shall be the only card used. And so, if you remember when we had the voters registration, they accepted the Ghana card as a basis for registering for the new voters ID card, but also allowed other national identifications. So for the minister to then say that only the Ghana card will be used for registration of SIM cards is an abuse of LI 2111, and it's not backed by any law. We accept that the Ghana card can be used for the SIM card registration, but other national IDs must also be accepted for registration of the SIM card.
That report is Member of Parliament for Ningo Pram and also Deputy Ranking Member on Communications Committee, Sam George. If you just join us, AM News Live on Adoatv Television, let's do the latest in the world of business. The Bank of Ghana is reminding customers that the insurance of dog checks still attract fines and imprisonment of up till 5 years. This is therefore urging customers to have enough funds in their account before issuing checks. In a statement on financial literacy education on dog checks, the central bank said customers who issue checks for the first time will be warned by their financial institutions whilst their offense is reported to the Credit Reference Bureau. In a statement on financial literacy education on due checks, the central bank said consumers who issue checks for the first time will be warned by their financial institutions whilst their offense is reported to the Credit Reference Bureau. The central bank further warned that anyone who issued a due check for the third time in 3 years will be banned from issuing checks within the country for a minimum period of 3 years. Also, the affected customer will be banned from accessing new credit facilities from all financial institutions for the period of 3 years. Additionally, the customer name will be published in 2 daily newspapers for national circulation. The Bank of Ghana is reminding customers that their insurance or due checks still attract fine or imprisonment for up to 5 years. It is therefore urging customers to have enough funds in their accounts before issuing check. In the world of business, let's go to the petroleum sector because the Chamber of Petroleum Consumers, COPEC, says fuel prices at the pump may hit 7 Ghana cedis a litre if government does not put measures in place to cushion Ghanaians. The Executive Secretary of COPEC, Duncan Amoah, has stated that government must review the price build-up of petroleum products to ease the impact on constant hikes on Ghanaians. The Executive Secretary of COPEC, Duncan Amoah, has stated that fuel prices is now threatening to get to almost 7 Ghana cedis a litre. Currently, some major firms are trading it at over 6 Ghana cedis 50 pesos, and so any other increases that may come in subsequent days or weeks may push the price per litre to 7 Ghana cedis, and that he stated as awful. He further added that government must review the price build-up of petroleum products to ease the impact of constant hikes on Ghanaians. Oil prices on the international market is over $80 a barrel after starting the year at a little over $50 a barrel. But the reopening of economics across the globe due to the efficiency of COVID-19 vaccines, demand for fuel has experienced a sharp increase. Earlier this year, government, as part of revenue mobilization drive, introduced some levies and taxes in the 2021 budget, a move many has criticized. The taxes are the COVID-19 Health Recovery Levy Act, Financial Sector Recovery Levy Act, and the Energy Sector Levy. These taxes, coupled with constant hikes in oil prices on the global market, have accounted for the increase in prices at the pumps. After this particular issue keenly and updates viewers subsequently on the prices of petroleum products in the first window of October. Let's do some sports related news because the Ghana Premier League champions Hearts of Oak
The Black Stars are seeking to get back to winning ways following the 1-0 loss to South Africa in the second Group G game. The Black Stars, who began the World Cup qualifying campaign with a 1-0 win over Ethiopia on match day 1, sit second in Group G with 3 points after 2 matches. 27 players and the technical team left Accra on Tuesday morning and started training immediately for the double-header. Milovan Rajovac Chargers host the Warriors at the Cape Coast Stadium in a crucial Group G clash before clashing with them again in Harare on Tuesday. In a related development, the Black Stars will test their readiness against Central Regional champions Soccer Intellectuals in Cape Coast. In an interaction with the Black Star players, Milovan told the players to be proud of representing their country and being part of this setup.
Be proud to be part of this setup. Be proud because you're representing your country. The only way we can do this is to do this together. Okay, thank you. Training for today.
Dogovorio sam se već sa mojim saradnicima.
Assistants are already familiar with the schedule.
Odradit ćemo jedan deo treninga da se oporavimo posle puta.
First part of the training would be recovery because you were all traveled, so we will do 6 times 300 meters.
Ići ću ja sa vama i
Coach and Romeo, they will lead you.
Ja sam najbrži, nemojte se tako.
Coach is the fastest, so don't compete with coach.
Znači ja sam prvi,
He's the
vi
first.
ste u liniji.
You are sticking to this line.
To vam kažem zato da lagano,
So this
fino,
is
da se...
easy.
I imamo 300 metara, fino i zadnjih 50 metara
Last
izvučemo malo
50 meters,
da dignemo malo puls.
just to improve our pulse just a little bit
The
faster.
head coach of the Black Star senior team, Coach Milovan Rival, getting prepared with the players ahead of Saturday's game against Zimbabwe in the World Cup FIFA qualifiers. We'll bring you an update of these stories and many others in our subsequent bulletins. Meanwhile, you can visit our website, www.advanewsonline.com. My name is Nanya McCullers, and from me and the rest of the team, we'll see you again very soon. Bye-bye.
Suzy Ebafo ye ne CB men, CB women, CB malakyo, ena ye di CB soap nso aba. Ne moment neno ye bepese ye be kasa fa CB soap no kwan ye fa so e di yusu CB soap no. Ene hia ehun hia se onipe bi a wo Ghana ha ana asase so utumi yusu CB soap no bi. CB soap ye di ye pedicure ene manicure. Pedicure ye brea wa apply CB soap ewo unase ene unentin. Na watena si for some minutes na wahoro ne nyina a wo rere no eye wo na ase de no na na pedicure no e na afen nso se o de ye onsem na no so hohoro na rere no na e manicure kwa ye fa so e de use CB soap na nkasa na me ba be kire no de we binom ho a wonsem no ayedin ama sabio ne nsa no kura ya akoakoa ebinum nsam tumi ye dendenden ma ne nsanum ni nyina paapae enu nti na Suzy Ebafo yakofa CB herbal soap edi abase wo sa haw ni nyina bia ka wakoma to yam ukoto CB soap no bia oba udi nsuo di kan fa onsam na fede weti soap no bi obema na dos wonsam nsati nkan udi be fa onsa yam ni nyina ne onsantam ni nyina uya ne sa wi obetena se fiti 10 to 15 minutes no wa hohoro ni nyina the moment a di soap no be fa onsam a obehohoro no na soap na hoɔden ekita no na ne onsam eye dead cells ni nyina nti me say men ko use blade because blade ha wan hwe na akwakotwa nti use small knife and as scissors se o buy scissors no mumienu se ya na o de awrawra onsam fini nyina se o ye ba ko wie na se na onsam no mu aye no eya no wagyae enye ma wo betumi asan apply second soap no so bi na no so watena se for sa bre no ohohoro ana wasan awrawra bonso onsam be ye moton kama na ono yire ana o partner bi hia watumi de onsafa ne honam no so ana ye kɔ biai bi na se ye chia o so watumi achie bi se bia onentin ana se opese odi CB soap no eye pedicure ewo onase a ebia o 19 na nyedin onentin na mpaipa ya obedi kan de nsu afa onentin no onase no na wetin CB soap no bi na odi asrasra onentin no onase ne nyina se odi sra onentin no onase ne nyina wie na opese odi si nsu mu a kwan wo ho nemu obetwen be 55 to 10 minutes time ansana odi esinsu mu ne ntieti sa ne se odi sra onentin no sisi ya na odi sunsu mu eba horo ne nyina edubre na owurawura obon se enye adwuma bi amfa ma wo enti se opese odi sinsu mu after 10 minutes no na wasan de esinsu no to di sinsu no so for 10 minutes and after the ohoro a na wa rere ebeyi dead cells ni nyina ebeyi fi na wo onentin ni nyina na bibia aye fine
CB herbal soap. Who say? Who ran it now? Your Bemampo. She said you use CB herbal soap the tree now. The nasi minty. She said now I CB herbal soap. It works like magic. We are now we are correct. My feel it. Why be me? When you could yak nimum slippers in what in the perfect nasi. CB herbal soap. Perfect. And you think I better recommend myself. So person now we come out. We 19 papa there. Always need use CB soap. Eba. And you put her. Wash. Abba.
Nia to subium ebia o 19 no aye dedendenti na oye bra o de asra wie na wa twen ahohoro a rere ni nyina awie no na fe de wet soap no kakra e de ato traba no so na o de atwi o 19 no ebia o ni scrubber bia wo ho o ni abo bia wo ho no mo a wo betimi ati soap no kakra de ato rough cement ana abo bia so ye rough so na o do 19 na twitwi so o ye ne sa every week bia ye no mpamio na o 19 nyina be fefefe na ye mre ye nsam ne 19 ne nase no ye cells a etumi nyin ndi se o 19 na anase o nase na ye cells na etumi nyin no se enyia na cells no wu na o hyempaboa na heat ne kana eno do ye hwan ebe sent so your ban na okru wo sa problem no bi wo your bemba na wo sa problem no bi abomodin asa obenya sibi soap no bi okoto bi ba fa nsuo di kan fa o 19 no nase na fa soap no bi srasra o 19 no nase ne nyina na twen be 10 to 15 minutes hohoro ne nyina na fa di pe small knife na scissors fa rere sa dead cells na wo 19 no nase ne nyina utumi yesa wi a odo pampaboa no hye no 1 month na yi o 90 cent bia wom Suzy Herbal for your drink and for whom pay ye 19 year bia ye nin shedan ko ho nemum sika wo tumi de titompa sika wo betumi atiska kese de akoto wo dem nkonwa no utie konwa no ma empampi no tumi sisa onan edi sisi nkonwa no ebinum 19 tumi ye rough my papa ya ma omo tumi de tete bedsheet timi serew bo modia na abrenia brebia be use sibi soap no bi edi aye pedicure ni manicure anase odi be yi 19 ni unase fin eni unsemu fin na aboa na bibie tumi aye kama sibi soap no onipa dase ni bia wa asase so bia no betumi use na afen so se oyo bia wa propro ye foot rot na obedi kan pe cotton o te cotton na kakra o de cotton no be bonsuo na we bie soap no so o de fafa ni boko ehuro bi beba cotton no fafa unan ni ntem no o de femu a 10 minutes per hohoro anase kona kodware nti me advice say abreni abrebia no so foot rot na be use sibi soap na use no bra wa ready anopa e bia opese wo kwakodware uye no anopa ne anwumre a wo foot rot ni nyina ebeko eye mmoa na ewom e no mu didi unan ni ntem no apropro no enye ye nantem kwa na yewu apropro tumi ye nsa ntem nyina ye won krofu bi wo Ghana ha adwuma omo ye enu nti abrebia na ne nsa da nsuo mu nti no omutumi nya insantem apropro no bi sa oso wo sa ha no bi amesrew unya cotton eni sibi soap no bi a ti cotton ne kakra fa bo nsuo sa odi bo nsuo no wi a fa soap ne ni boko hro na beba cotton no no fa unsa ne ntem no mame eno so 10 minutes no wa hohoro uta ye na nopa eni anwumre bia so ha no nyina no ebe feel so na wade ho na bibia tumi aye fine
CB herbal soap amanfo agiato eye samra ye di hwe ye na ho edi na ho na me ni atronchiro akrobato mu na mama ya akrobato etia bibia me kanfo ade papa na de mama mi anka se ma yusubi ma hu se ma yusubi enipa me na mo di CB herbal soap mo das e doso obi asem o kan bia ya sem papa e hyen kran se akrobato samna mo di bedwa so no see before the bedwa eye samna papa se wo nanti wo nase wo di basasro no yi ehunyiran kakaka bo so wo na wa se akola foforo no adansi di na media mawo mintimi ni anipa bia nim entwa de bone mawo because of my credibility. I'll never lie to you. Me peme man for asem na me do me man na me die menya no so me nye ready say me say no anasem din kika bia be kaka ho ne say CB Herbal soap nko dia mimi gina dia that say eye papa Toby na be say this tie Sibia na Ghana ma any member yet don't want we always thank you very much.
Yeah, the herbs and yes CB herbal soap. Ya wondro no bebre wo hodoma ye de pedicure ne manicure use so abra wo use ne mo no na eno mo e ma 19 na ye den by CB soap ntisa mo na wo use CB soap no na e ma 19 no e ye mbre fine any side effect bia
CB soap no metompa obi wo ha no wo mane dia oba use shampoo we wo hunu so na no wo de mana wo se no ane se wo de aye nipa ne nan na wo atwia na aye fine wo bia na wo se wo de wo foot bibi amassage no wo ye bi amassage na asa nti no ye easier e mom na ye adwuma so fine me pa cho wo wati CB soap na wo so nhwe no bo modern na kope ba ko wo kun fi adwuma ba wo de mountain na afa ye ne na wo fa no bon komo wo bia twitwuma no na wa wo be hu se na wo ko na be
me fa me pe enkanfo bibi mawo me fa me pe e ma wo nyi bibi ni preko pesa na Ghana ye nyina dan avi ansan me ka bibi no e fa duro ana bibi ni pa yusu di ko no video na ni pa bia na aviefo agiato me akrobato aka who knows tomorrow me catch them say CB herbal soap no aviefo agiato they have proved that it's good for human being to use.
CB soap no pe bia to a uko drugstore, pharmacy, herbal shop, cosmetic shop. Just provision stores ahodo bebre wo Ghana hanom kra na omuton CB herbal soap no bu. Obetumi afre Suzy herbal fo ewo telephone numbers amede ba be ma we so. Ne edikan no eye 0247 11 1671. Ne atusumi no ye 0246 578750 near to sumi inside 0240 952027 meda ahwefo nyina ase.
Announcements on Adoatv. Contact Adoatv for your general announcements, proclamations and publications, job vacancies, etc. at a very affordable rate. Call 050-92-57754, 020-9494-258, or visit our marketing desk at Step Work premises. Adoatv, bringing good things to life.
You beat cancer by how you live, why you live, and the manner in which you live. I am Priscilla Sewamenu, Miss Health Ghana 2020. The month October is noted for breast cancer awareness, and this October, Sonotech Ghana is partnering with Miss Health Ghana to bring you breast cancer awareness campaign dubbed Pink It Out. So from the 1st to 31st October, Sonotech Ghana is offering free breast screening for all women out there. Plus, you get 20% off mammogram and 50% off ultrasound scan if you need one at any of their branches. The campaign is on. Join the campaign, support women, encourage women to come for screening, and support women living with breast cancer. On this note, I will entreat all my sisters out there to come detect it, treat it, and defeat it, because early detection saves life. Thank you.
John, wo fini new. Wow, edi wabwa juma. I check roofing na oye fe wankasa from Asatek. Oh, na same roofing sheets aba bebre nice keke. Why na catch you? Asatek roofing sheet dey enye nice keke o. With the board so e cheye enwe na che. Na won colors ahodo fe bebre. No mo free roofing sheet no dey. Wo nya dad wa bia o. Na so the board so e jire so pampe. Utumi so chiro mo se ne ope roofing sheet no. Ye twa de sama pepepe.
Mamopo Asatek money there. One ma technical advice na estimate free or professional installers so awon your on-site installation.
Ni bo so kra da fam pa.
Oh yes, quality ni bo da fam nyi.
Asatek 5 days pay na mo sa kan order na wo ye after sales service proper bin so. Hwehwe Asatek wo Tema Community 2, Meridian Road, Ebenkoko Board Warehouse, Western Region so Asatek wo Takrade Anaji, ye ni Princeland Hotel ene di hwene mu. And Volta Region ye wo Akachi South District Assembly kwan so ha.
CB will make up now. I'm not correct. Why your best mankasa? That's it. Who anyone? Oh, middle. He captures back on CB men capsules. You see, CB men capsules and America.
Yeah, you see men and women's capsules now. You knew the data. And 1 year packaging I had a
wow! What a packaging! CB men, any CB women capsules, no packaging is out. And you also no mood any biansan wako do ben pegi.
Share a painful any about town man kwada no for. Any kwada go ni fie do ye. En ka ho.
Susanna. Ghana man be man tamase.
Dodo Afre 0247 111671 and 0246 578 750. FDA aje edwedin kato yato.
Hello everyone, my name is Amalindate, a proud ambassador for Sonotech's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It's hashtag Pinktober, hashtag Sonotech Goes Pink. Now from the 1st October to the 31st October 2021, at any of the 3 branches of Sonotech, Tema, Osu and West Hills Malls, we are gathering together to get free screening. Yes, I said it's free. And that's not all we have for you. We also have 20% off mammogram testing and 50% off ultrasound. Let's go pink from October the 1st to the 31st, 2021 at Osu, Tema, and West Hills Mall, all Sonotech branches. We are giving hope to save a life. See you there.
Good morning to all our Ghanaians, wherever you're watching us from, and also to all foreigners who are part and parcel of us, especially warm greetings to all our South African friends who are joining the board with Adoatv TV. Remember that Adoatv is a place where we bring good things to life, and this morning I am just hoping I'll be able to do that, to reach that goal of bringing good things to life in your life. I start by saying a very warm good morning to you. I'm praying for you and hoping that all your day, every hour of this day is going to be a blessing. You're going to see good things. And I start by bringing you a message from Winston Churchill. He says, Winston Churchill has this to say, a positive vibe there. He says, success is walking from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm. Success is walking from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm. I don't know what that means to you this morning, but personally, the note I take from it is that whenever you see failure, it doesn't mean stop. Whenever you see failure, it doesn't mean that you are down or that you are out of it. No, failure means that do not lose your enthusiasm. Move on. It is another opportunity to try again. Keep trying. Try and try. Do not lose your enthusiasm. Do not lose that energy. The only thing that gets you moving is when you are able to round up that energy once more and try again. Remember that most inventors of most of the things that we use, the inventors of this world, none of them did go away without failure. They all had their fair share of failure, and failure always, when they had that enthusiasm, it spurred them on to achieve success at the end. Always remember, one thing I've said here before is that before we see the light of day, that is when dawn is at its darkest. The darkest moment always ushers in the brightest sun. If you wake up this morning and you look out, you see how high the sun is and how hot and blazing and bright it is. That is only coming as a result of the rainfall of yesterday. So it is not over until it's over. Success is walking from failure to failure without losing your enthusiasm. If you failed yesterday, it is another day, a bright morning. Pick up your enthusiasm again and try again. Try as if you've never failed, and start again as if yesterday was never a failure. And I promise you that one day you will hit it, and when you hit it, your smile will be brighter and bigger than mine. It's Julia here on the Adoatv AM Ghana. We're coming to you live also on Facebook. You can catch us on adoanewsonline.com as well. Also on you can message us whatever you want on WhatsApp. Our number is always down there, so your comments, your suggestions, and if you have good messages, inspiration, a good word you want me also to say here to let people know, you can also bring that in. But before we continue with the other segments, we'll go for a quick commercial break. We want to know who our sponsors are. But before we take a note from them, I want to remind you that it is still the Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And Sonotech Medical and Diagnostic Center, they are bringing you free breast screening this whole month from the very first, that is last week Friday, through to the 31st, irrespective of whether there is a holiday or it's a Sunday. Free breast screening. So take this opportunity, get to Sonotech, whether at the Osu, the Dankwa roundabout there at Tema, opposite the Tema General Hospital, or within the premises of West Hills Mall. 50% discount, that is for all breast ultrasound, 50% discount, and discount also on all mammograms. Perhaps you've been diagnosed, perhaps you feel something and you want to have an ultrasound or a mammogram. There are discounts on it aside the free breast screening. So get there, and these discounts also are running throughout the month of October. It's a Pink Month, Pinktober, Pink It Out, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Sonotech goes pink. Breast cancer really sucks, but the survivors always have a sweet story to share. We'll go on that quick commercial break. When you come back, I'll do the newspaper headlines. We'll be right back.
Announcements on Adoatv. Contact Adoatv for your general announcements, proclamations and publications, job vacancies, etc. at a very affordable rate. Call 050-92-57754, 020-9494-258, or visit our marketing desk at Step Work Premises. Adoatv, bringing good things to life.
You beat cancer by how you live, why you live, and the manner in which you live. I am Priscilla Menu, Miss Health Ghana 2020. The month October is noted for breast cancer awareness, and this October, Sonotech Ghana is partnering with Miss Health Ghana to bring you breast cancer awareness campaign dubbed Pink It Out. So from the 1st to 31st October, Sonotech Ghana is offering free breast screening for all women out there. Plus, you get 20% off mammogram and 50% off ultrasound scan if you need one at any of their branches. The campaign is on. Join the campaign, support women, encourage women to come for screening, and support women living with breast cancer. On this note, I'll entreat all my sisters out there to come detect it, treat it, and defeat it, because early detection saves life. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Adoatv, a proud ambassador for Sonotech's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It's hashtag Pinktober, hashtag Sonotech Goes Pink. Now from the 1st October to the 31st October 2021, at any of the 3 branches of Sonotech, Tema, Osu and West Hills Malls, we are gathering together to get free screening. Yes, I said it's free. And that's not all we have for you. We also have 20% off mammogram testing and 50% off ultrasound. Let's go pink from October the 1st to the 31st, 2021 at Osu, Tema and West Hills Mall, all Sonotech branches. We are giving hope to save a life. See you there.
John, what's in you? Wow, Eddie, what boy juma. I check a roofing now. Oh, you fell one casa from Asatek. Oh, na same roofing is up a bit nice. Keke. Why the catch you? Asatek roofing sheet dear, and you're nice keke. With the bodan swa a chee and rinache. They want to call us a hood of a fair be bree. No new free roofing sheet no dear. Who near that will be out. Now so the bodan swa a hero supampe. Which means which Roman send your open roofing sheet no. You try the salmon pepe.
Mama po Asatek money there. One of technical advice na estimate free or professional installers so aware your on-site installation.
Ni boss crowd da from pa.
Oh yes, quality ni with da feminine.
Asatek 5 days pay na musa kan order na we year after sales service proper binso. Hwehwe Asatek Watema Community 2, Meridian Road, Ebenkoko Board Warehouse,
Western Region. So Asatek Watakrade Anaji, Yeni Princeland Hotel and the Shinimu, and a Volta Region yawo Akachi South District Assembly Kwino Suha.
capsules now. Amaka correct. Why your best mankasa?
That's it.
Who anyone? Oh, middle. You capsules back one for man. CB men capsules.
Ah, you right here.
Me see CB men capsules in America.
Yeah, you see men and women's capsules now. You name the dada. And one year packaging now in the pepper.
Wow! What a packaging! CB men, any CB women capsules, no packaging is out. And you also no mood any bianza no akodo when pegi.
Share a painful any about town man kwada no for. Any kwada won di fie do ye. En ka ho.
Susanna. Ghana man be man tamase.
Dodo Afre 0247 111671 and 0246 578 750. FDA aje edwedin kato yato.
Yeni Masate. So your kunini roofing industry nim enti so you roofing na wadwe na Asatek wo quality long span roofing sheeter esan nail free trese ehia so de dadoabo mu nanso etimu dan no so a pampe amframa anahum entumi nya no hwe. Asatek quality long span roofing sheets with beautiful bright colors with anti-fading and anti-rusting properties. Trese enwe na ache na empanso enti wo ma 30-year warranty. Terms and conditions apply. Asatek quality long span roofing sheet dear. Eyamata bia say a warehouse, school, hotel, hospital, sorry, and now say a wawufi. Use Asatek quality nail free long span roofing sheet to be. Now what done be jinaso na yinho. Where delivery services papa bia and for wonderful kwa Asatek Bema was can order between 3 and 5 working days. Or VIP delivery services so one day pet now Osaka. Rishi Asatek a chill kwai Watama 22 Meridian Road when you could board warehouse na paying Takrade if you kuma number 9 or pay if you kuma Fidelity Bank no Voter Regional so or Wakache Tatome GN Bank and Chenhope. Asatek sheltering you for life.
Hello, this is Dr. Josephine Nsafo from the Breast Unit Kolebu Teaching Hospital. This year also we are partnering with Sonotech Medical and Diagnostic Center. October is here again. Breast Cancer Awareness Month 2021. The message hasn't changed. Early detection and effective treatment save lives. I hope you've been doing your monthly breast self-examination throughout the year. So I'm just here to remind you that it's time to get your annual breast screening done. And for women 40 years and above, you need to do your mammogram. Breast scans are also very useful for women of all ages. And Sonotech is giving up to 50% discount this year at their Osu, West Hills, and Tema branches. Every year, the breast unit sees about 400 new cases of breast cancer, including a few men, in addition to those already living with the disease. Unfortunately, almost 70% of these are already advanced. This is because people do not come early, and a lot are trying natural, herbal, and alternative remedies which do not work. So we have a lot of unnecessary deaths. But for those who do come early with effective treatments, they have been cured, and I'm happy to say that we have a lot of breast cancer survivors with us. So remember to look for changes in your breast. A lump in your breast or your armpits, and a dimple, a rash, a sore, nipple discharge, especially when it's bloody. And remember that when breast cancer starts, it's usually not painful. Early detection is key. And with effective treatment, should you be diagnosed with breast cancer, your life will be saved. Stay safe.
Welcome back. If you've been waiting for us, that's a good wait because we are going to bring you the newspaper headlines, and I promise it's going to be a detailed segment today. So hold on, relax in your chair, comfortably in your sofa, on your bed, those that are relaxing on their beds, and let's go through our newspapers, stories making the headlines. I've seen something I don't like, but when I get there, you know. So I'm starting obviously with truth and accuracy every day. Thursday, October 7th, 2021 marks exactly 1 week of October. We've had 1 week of October. I don't know if it is time for you to access what you've gained or what you've lost, to check whether your resolutions you are meeting the targets or not. But I think 1 week is good. It's good. It's good. Just stand
good
and
enough
watch.
to assess.
Good enough to assess, and then know what you have to change, know what you have to step up.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So Daily Graphic issue 21712, that's 21,712, says debate on LGBTQI plus. That debate is back, making front paper again, front page I should say. Parliament's agenda set. Parliament's agenda set. Two groups in tango over the bill. So I was reading our newspaper, the Adoatv newspaper online, and I saw that the some Christians,
bodies.
Yes, have also created a group, and they've also sent their petition to Parliament. It's getting interesting and interesting. And I know that the one who is favoring a good cause will definitely win. I know who is going to win, and I have made such statements. I've foreseen it. I've made such statements before. Usually it's not because I foresee, but I speak from my heart. What I believe is genuine, and then it happens, and then people will come to me and say, "Hey, what?" And I said, "It's not a prophecy."
This is not a prophecy.
Yes, I spoke from what I believe is true, is right, and it's godly. Yes. So that's it. Because if you look at the situation,
and are you sharing that with us? So when it happens, we should just hold on till it happens first.
Okay, let me share. On no uncertain terms, is God going to permit this kind of thing to happen? I know that there are times that God allows the human will. He allows us to do our thing. But on this one, dear. We will win. We will win. Yes. I see a picture of the Speaker of Parliament, Mr. Alban, back being there, and the smile on his face alone tells me that he knows which is the right side, and that right side will win. I know he's going to read all those memos, but I know he's going to side with what is right for us. Okay. I'm not going to read a lot, I'm not going to read on that at all. I think it's a very clear thing. So when you grab your copy, you will have to do that for yourself. The story has just a little part on the front page, and then it continues on page 3. So you read, or you continue on page 3. The other story, if you remember yesterday, if you were with me yesterday, and then I think on Tuesday or Monday when we read about the crash barriers
at
on the Pokwase interchange. We said yesterday there was an update that a resident engineer took it upon himself to get it fixed. And Daily Graphic and I am honored to say that it has been fixed.
Wow.
Yes. It didn't even take 1 week.
Kudos to him then.
So a lot can be done in 7 days.
Right.
Because this didn't even take 1 week. It happened Monday. Today is Thursday, and it's all been replaced. And the picture is here. It's done beautifully. And for that man, even if you took money from the government to do it, just that you could do it, you could expedite that fast, saw the urgency in this to do it, that idea and the energy alone, God is going to richly reward you wherever you are and whoever you are. Okay, so that story is on page 16. But what I am going to read is TOR IMC vows to end graft. Tor IMC vows to end graft, and we have a picture of chairman of IMC there, Mr. Norbert Anku, and let's see what the story says. It says that the interim management committee of the Tema Oil Refinery Tor has vowed to rid the refinery of corrupt and indisciplined members of staff whose actions have plunged the company into perpetual debt. According to the IMC chairman, Mr. Norbert Anku, until those members of staff were removed and a robust working system put in place, no amount of capital injection would save the refinery from continued deterioration. I believe that is a good summary for this story. But my say on this, when people say fix yourself, my say on this is that when the system works, people will have nothing else to do than to relate with it, than to fall in place. Because when systems are working, just as he's saying, he's going to make sure there's a robust system that is working. The indisciplined and corrupt people will have nothing to, they will automatically be fished out. And you will be exposed. That is the word. Yes, all loopholes would have been closed.
How do you get to do this?
Yes, and people will be forced to do the right thing.
Exactly.
People will be forced to do the right thing. So imagine a company. I worked with a company once, and up to date, I keep mentioning that company, that if every institution in Ghana would work like that company, it's a very small company, but my God, I don't know if they've changed it up to now, but what I saw, even when you go to their washroom, there is a process for everything, and it is pasted even on the door.
So even before
you get in,
you know
how to open the door, how exactly to open the door is written there.
Right.
Pasted boldly. When you open and you close, how to close it is pasted at the back.
Wow.
How to use the WC, how to open the tap. What to do after it, once you clean the place, leave it exactly as you met it. So you know when you go into such a washroom, you are guaranteed of safety. Safety, the ladies know, understand what I'm saying.
Right.
So safety in the washroom, how to eat, when to, and whenever you're even going for even a washroom break, you have to log it in.
Wow.
So there is a system, and the VIP I know is listening to me and will say, of course, there is digitalization there. Yes, everything is ICT based. So everything, technology is working. You go to the washroom, it is part of your break time. You go to eat, it is part of your, so even if you go to receive a call, it is part of your break time. And everything works. There is no way you can be late. Even if you are late, everybody knows you are late.
Because you cannot cheat.
You cannot cheat. When you come in, you have to log in. There's no way you log in and then you go out. There's a different place for entry and a different place for exit.
Wow.
So when the system works, people are forced to obey.
You have no other option.
Yes, so let the system work. If our policemen on the street, MTT, if you allow the system to work, people will be forced to obey. They will fix themselves, or the system will fix them. So that's it for Tor IMC. I'm jumping to the middle spread. Middle spread, pages 24 and 25. Spain to train 120,000 people in the tourism sector, and of course that's to do with Ghana. So the government has signed an agreement with Spain to facilitate the training of more than 120,000 people in the tourism sector. I think this is a very good time for those who did their studies in tourism and all that, and who for certain reasons have had to divert, to go back. When you love your job, there's a different way you do it. So go back into the tourism sector. Spain is there to help. President commissions 2 factories in Eastern region. 2 factories in Eastern region. President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has commissioned 2 factories in the Eastern region as part of his tour of the region. the factories which form part of the government's One District, One Factory initiative are a garment factory at Efidrasi. I think I read that yesterday in the New Japan North Municipality, and a shoe factory. That's what he commissioned yesterday. The shoe factory is the current one. A shoe factory in the Kriapim North District. The president explained that the One District, One Factory initiative was to help address youth unemployment for wealth creation by attracting the private sector into the communities. And I am very, very happy that these things...
Same as I am, because I mean, just this week we've seen about 4 of these companies being rolled out under the 1D, 1F initiative. I think on Monday it was Daco Farms, on Tuesday it was the reviving of the New Plan, New Plan Ghana, and also I think yesterday Garment Factory, and this one you just mentioned,
the shoe factory.
So it's a step in the right direction. I mean,
step in the right direction.
More job opportunities for many individuals who are unemployed. And we know what unemployment brings in the country.
The danger of unemployment. If you think it's just about people being hungry, exactly, that's where I was landing. It's a threat to your security. A hungry man is an angry man. Okay, so congratulations, Princess Na Adoatv. That's my cousin. She just finished writing her BC, and I know that it is not just finishing. I mean, hey, I just degraded you like that. Sorry, forgive. So, congratulations to you, because I know you are coming out with flying colors. Congratulations also to Emmanuel Okwe, yes, and congratulations also to Nyame Tiase Mensa in Cape Coast, and to all that were writing. You've done a good job, well, except for what WAEC has to say. WAEC chairman here says that we'll make examination more practice and attractive. We'll make examination more practice unattractive, and it still lands on the same point I make. If the system works, people will be forced to adjust or adopt or face the consequences. Yes, we are in a country where people don't face the consequences of their actions, and that is why crime and indiscipline continues to grow. Yes, it grows on even those who do the right thing. As time goes by and their efforts, those who do the right thing, their efforts are unrewarded.
They will be left with no other option.
No other option than to join the hooligans, in quotes. So that's it. There's a message, that message from WAEC chairman. I don't know if they are being forced to sit up because of this group that was saying that we should have other examination boards. WAEC cannot be made so that people now can even have the choice. Okay, I'm choosing to write this exam, I'm not writing WAEC. Then it makes things a little balanced. When monopoly sets in, we know. Okay. Oh my God. Okay, so on page 13, issues with gender, Dr. Ali Samba says unwanted pregnancies increase unsafe abortions. I believe he has a word of advice for a lot of people here about unsafe abortions in Ghana. So turn to page 13 of the Daily Graphic, see what he has to say, see what the cautions are, see as a parent what you can do for your teenage daughter or son. Global outlook. Biden piles pressure on congressional Republicans. I don't know what he has to say, but I see Donald Trump's name somewhere inside there. So if that spikes you enough, page 9, Global Outlook. And SPD to open talks with parties. I'm going to page 40, more news in the country. Tallow oil, is focused on responsible oil and gas development. Tracking criminals. Be mindful of happenings in the communities. That's an advice from Dr. Gavin Balford, the Chief Training Officer of JVA, explaining a point to the installers at the training session. JVA Technologies. Okay, so Okay, I think that will do for it. And I'll jump to the back page of the Daily Graphic that says Ministry rolls out campaign against illegal fishing. Ministry rolls out campaign against illegal fishing. Sometimes it's not just about the campaign to catch people, but what we should create alternatives for them.
So that there will be no option for them to
create alternatives. Let's create alternatives. Then when they don't, then we can come and grab those who are not.
Certainly.
Yes, but sometimes it's just, you know, in a Ghanaian setting, that's how usually it looks like. That we are always out to grab the recalcitrants. We are always out to grab criminals, but we are not doing what we should to give people better or help them make better choices. Even in school, write names of talkatives. It's always like that. But I told you once, I taught in a school. I think it was Reginald. Yes, a school that, wow, Montessori there is fantastic. Children talk in class. We make them. They don't write names of talkatives. They talk, but we just teach them to talk undertone, and they talk purposefully as well.
You don't just
around the subject. Exactly. So you know that while this group is here working, you know what they're working on, you know, and that gives them a very good environment within the classroom to work. They are free in class to talk, and so let's do that instead of trying to catch recalcitrants people, engage in more practices all the time. Let's put good measures, alternatives, and teaching, educating on how to make right choices. And that's how I end with truth and accuracy every day with the Daily Graphic.
Right. Then I begin with the Ghanaian Times, which says the most authoritative newspaper. The most authoritative newspaper. And on the front page, the big one we have here is explosion at Dwabin oil mills. Explosion at Dwabin oil mills. 3 die, others injured. 3 die, others injured. A very sad one. The president inaugurates 3-story new Dwabin North Municipal Assembly. And also there is a picture here with some clergymen on their way to present the memo to Parliament. I could see Sam Nate George, the member of Parliament for Ningo Pram. And the story says Christian bodies present memorandum in support of LGBTQ plus bill to Parliament. Let's see how things would pan out in the coming days. Spain, I beg your pardon, to create 1 million tourism jobs in 3 years. And Dr. Mohammed Ibrahim Awal's picture we have here, the Minister for Business Development, exchange pleasantries, and also the MOU with Spain, ambassadors of Spain. So I'll just walk you through a bit of the screaming headline on the front page of the Ghanaian Times newspaper. And I think on page 3, 3 persons were killed and others seriously injured during an explosion at the Dwabin Oil Mills Limited at Dwabin in Dwabin municipality of the Ashanti region in the late hours of Tuesday. Now the deceased yet to be identified were said to be two Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology students on industrial attachments and a Tanzania engineer. Oh, so unfortunate. They passed on at the Konfanochi Teaching Hospital in Kumasi, where they were rushed to for treatments. Now, Deputy Superintendent of Police, DSP Bruni Hunu Dwabin District Police Commander, who confirmed the incident to the Ghanaian Times, said the injured were receiving treatment at the Dwabin Hospital, and one was being treated at the Konfanochi Teaching Hospital. Now, what the Ghanaian Times has been able to gather is that the incident happened about 10:30 p.m. on Tuesday when the boiler machine at the factory was said to have exploded following a mechanical fault. According to the supply chain manager of the company, Nanaya Osterbo, 6 persons were involved in the accident. And as we speak, 3 have been confirmed dead, whilst the others are still receiving treatment. Robber strike in Cape Coast shoots victim both with money. So there is another daylight robbery, again this time around in the central region, Cape Coast. Gunmen on a motorbike yesterday robbed a man at Coronation Junction in Cape Coast, the central regional capital, after shooting him in the left leg. Wow.
How much money were they able to vote away with?
I'm still getting there. The victim, okay, undisclosed amount of money. Undisclosed amount of money, yeah. The victim whose name was given as Mensavi Amuzukulu, I don't know if I had the name right, was on his way to purchase items from a shop after withdrawing money from a bank. The Regional Police Command has announced 2,500 cedis reward for any person who would give credible information that will lead to the arrest of the perpetrators of the crime. Briefing journalists on the incident, the Central Regional Police PRO, DSP Irene Opon, said that the Kotukraba District Police, upon receiving information on the robbery attack at about 11:10 a.m., so it was even in the morning, dispatched personnel to the scene. She said 2 persons on board a motorcycle approached the victim when he went to a shop at the business center to buy items. We are only hoping that these perpetrators will be brought to book, because it's just becoming unbecoming. And as we speak, 2 persons who stole 1,020,500 Ghana cedis from a bullion van in 2017 have been sentenced to 4 years imprisonment each by an Accra Circuit Court. Bismarck Abim, a cash-in transit officer, and Eric Labi, a driver, were found guilty on the charges of conspiracy to commit crime, to wit stealing and stealing. Samson Etuya, a dispatch rider, was however discharged by the courts. The courts presided over by Mrs. Justice Jane Harriet Akwili Kwei, a High Court judge sitting with additional responsibilities as Circuit Court judge, sentenced them to 2 years imprisonment each on the charge of conspiracy to commit crime, to wit stealing. On the charge of stealing, the court sentenced them to 4 years imprisonment each, and the sentence were to run concurrently. The convicts who were transporting the amount I earlier mentioned, 1,020,500 Ghana cedis cash on behalf of Standard Chartered Bank at the main harbour branch to its head office at Accra High Street. Okay, so it was just in front of here, but they are no more here. Diverted the van to Airport Hills, Accra, and they shared the money. Wow. So it's like most of these bullion van attacks we've been hearing of in the country recently would have some leakage or some connections with some staff of these banks, because as we speak, since 2017 investigations were open into this. It's until now they've been able to be convicted and sentenced into 4 years imprisonment, and it will shock you that these 2 individuals who have been jailed are staff of the bank, a cash-in transit officer and also a driver. There are more stories here, and voter region MPs brainstorm on development agenda. So the voter caucus in Parliament have met on Monday, and they held a bipartisan stakeholders conference at Hull, the regional capital, to brainstorm on the development agenda of the area. Under the auspices of the voter region MPs caucus, the 3-day conference brought together 17 MPs belonging to the National Democratic Congress and the sole New Patriotic Party MP for Hohoi in the region, Mr. John Peter Amewu. Other stakeholders, the regional minister, Dr. Archibald Lecha, and officers from the regional coordinating council, the regional house of chiefs, the voter development forum, the Ghana Journalists Association, political parties, and business owners attended the conference. It was aimed at charting a path to harness the human and natural resources potentials of the region for rapid development. I think that's a good one there. It's very necessary we put away our political affiliations and think about the country and its citizens first, and that is what I think the voter MPs in Parliament have done. We are only hoping that whatever that was brainstormed at this particular session will come out and pan out very successfully. More stories at the center spread of the Ghanaian Times newspaper, and COVID-19 is back in the news again because Ghana Health Service reopens vaccination centers in Greater Accra region. And the Ghana Health Service has reopened vaccination centers across the Greater Accra region for members of the public to take their shots of COVID-19 vaccines. It has also deployed mobile vaccinators to administer vaccines to indisposed persons who may be unable to visit the sites for their jobs. This phase of the exercise, which began on October 5, 2021, according to a statement released by the Regional Health Directorate, will end on Monday, October 11, 2021. Only AstraZeneca vaccines are being administered for all persons 18 years and above who have never taken a shot of the COVID-19 vaccine or those awaiting their second dose. Now, the statement said vaccination would take place in all 29 districts of the region and implored persons visiting vaccination centers to go along with their national identification cards. For the first timers, COVID-19 cards for those waiting a second jab. So if this is your first time you are going for the jab, you go with your national identification card. And if you've already had the first shot already, then you go with your COVID-19 card, because when you went for the first shot, you were given a vaccination card. You go with the card for your second jab. So far, Ghana has received more than 3 million vaccines distributed through the COVAX facility. Now, they include the Moderna, Johnson & Johnson, Sputnik V, and AstraZeneca's government assures of doing all within its part to secure more vaccines in the coming days to inoculate at least 60% of the population before the end of the year. As of October 4, 2021, the Ghana Health Service reported that a total of 2,025,183 vaccines have been administered among the Ghanaian population. Nonetheless, 2,891 are currently infected with COVID-19 across all 16 regions of the country, and this is as of October 4. So take note. And the death toll of as of October 1, 2021 stood at 1,157, with 118 people and 45 others in severe and critical conditions respectively. Let's move on to other stories. I think you've already done the Christian bodies presenting memorandum in support of the LGBTQ plus. One interesting one to hear, our very own Mr. Gregory Andrew is here with some indigents, I think, of Offenso, I beg your pardon. The Australian High Commission in Ghana has handed over a soap making factory to persons living with disability in the Offenso North District of the Ashanti region. Now, this follows the training of more than 100 persons living with disability by the High Commission as part of its program to support the persons living with disability with employable skills and an income generation project to enable them to become self-reliant. Now, the 279,000 Ghana cedi being cost of the project was funded by the High Commission through the Australian Direct Aid Program, has among others storerooms, production hall, washrooms, mechanized water system to enhance the dignity of the beneficiaries. Now, the Australian High Commissioner, Mr. Gregory Andrews, said that the project would provide the wholesale production of soap to serve the need of residents of Offenso North District, thereby supporting over 100 persons living with disability to end their livelihood. I'm excited about the project for its role to ensuring adequate supply of soap in Ekumadan and its environs to help the people practice hand washing and the likes. I think that would do for the Ghanaian Times newspaper.
And for the daily guide, well, you can also catch the stories on www.dailyguidenetwork.com. The biggest story here says, I like only fried rice and chicken. I like only fried rice and chicken. And that's coming from the Abyssinian cannibal, Richard Appiah. So we have his picture there. He's saying that he doesn't eat. In other words, there, yeah, but okay. So, and coming from the National Service Secretariat, we are told they have released 81,081 for 2021-2022 postings. So 81,081 people are in for postings. So you see a picture of us say Asibe entry on the front page. Then Owusu Bempa makes it again. Here he's petitioning the AG. The story is on page 6, and I hear it's about why they are separating his case since that issue happened at the same time. Why should it be separated? Down there below you see the pictures of some suspects. There are some 6 out of the 10 that have been picked for the robbery at Afia Denyigba, and that story is on page 3. Now going to the back page, there is an interesting story there. But before that, learn about scouting changing trends. Scouting changing trends. Okay, that's coming from the sports desk. We see Coach Dramani. He has the mic there addressing participants. The Milo also prepares stars for Zimbabwe clash. That's at 4 p.m. Saturday, just 2 days away, right? So prepare for that match to watch from your homes. It's going to be a closed door event. Okay, I've caught COVID twice, but I won't get vaccinated. Saying Callum, that says Callum Robinson. If you want to read more on that, you just grab the copy of your daily guide, and the last information there is coming from also from the sports desk. High Quality Tennis Foundation holds clinic. High Quality Tennis Foundation holds clinic, and that will be it for the daily guide. Grab a copy to get full details of the stories I just mentioned.
Right, quickly let me hit the newsroom of the New Crusading Guide. And on the front page here, stop inciting people of Edra. This is coming from a member of parliament on the ticket of the New Patriotic Party, cautioning the National Democratic Congress, because quite some few days now, I think that was 3 days ago, there was even a press conference held by the National Democratic Congress in respect to the Edra disturbances and also the report of the Justice Committee. And this is coming from a member of parliament to the NDC to stop inciting people of Edra. Also here, police officer demolishes church building without court order. Police officer demolishes church building without court order. Wow, he had the gas and capacity to do this without a court order at Bujumburam. Well, there may be a different side of the story. For every story which is being told, you should know that there is more to it. You may want to have more on that, so kindly grab yourself a copy of the New Crusading Guide and you would have more on that. We must maintain Akufado's ambitious records and legacies, and this is coming from Razak Kojo Poku. Razak Kojo Opoku. Sampine confirmed as KME mayor. Sampine confirmed as KME mayor. So earlier there were reports that the assembly members were rejecting him. They were so eager to reject him because of some debts the assembly owned. But after the president tour of the region, before he ended his tour of the region, Sampine was able to garner over 90% of these assembly members' votes. Well, what has the president been saying to these assembly members, which he was able to win their confidence and trust this time around, and was able to have them confirm his nominee. So as we speak, Sampine, earlier there were reports that the assembly members were ever ready to reject him. This time around has been able to garner about over 90% of this assembly members' votes. An interesting one there. And yes, yesterday there was a statement from the presidency signed by the Director of Communications, Dr. Eugene Ain, which says that the leave absence of Adrasa for the Minister for Gender, Children and Social Protection has been extended. And as we speak, the Minister for Sanitation and Water Resources, Cecilia Benadapa, will take over as the caretaker of that ministry. So as we speak, Cecilia Benadapa, the Minister for Sanitation, Water and Natural Resources, is also the caretaker minister for gender, children and social protection. Her leave was to end on 31st August 2021. We're told it's for personal reasons and wasn't disclosed to her. So as we speak, Abna Dapa takes over as the minister caretaker for that ministry. I think that would do for the new crusading guide.
Okay, I'm left with my last paper. That is the Daily Statesman issue 7, number 15. Police alert workers. No, police alert. I'm wondering if we should even alert them. So, workers conspiring with robbers to rob companies. You are being warned. Workers conspiring with robbers to rob companies. You are being warned. And that warning is on page 3 of the Daily Statesman. 6.2 million Ghana cedis, one district, one factory, shoe factory, takes off. I believe I read that in the earlier headlines. Abri Gardens to be redeveloped. That's coming from our president, and we see a picture of him there, a picture of the president, Kufuor, paying homage to the Abri chief, Nana Otuobuo Jan Kwesi the second. That story is on page 2. 2021-2022 NSS postings out. Service begins October 11th. And a picture of Osei Asibe entry, acting NSS board boss, there. And on the back page, a little to do with sports. We have Nations League finals. Who, what, where, why, when are the questions that this story is answering. A little on it says that the Nations League finals gets underway this week with 4 countries battling to win one of international football's newest tournaments. Hosts Italy are looking to do a UEFA double this year after winning Euro 2020. This is the second edition of the Nations League, with Portugal, who did not qualify this time. Portugal, winning the inaugural title in 2019. So what's it all about? Let BBC Sports explain on the back page of the Daily Statesman. Then Barcelona hand Arsenal their first defeat since February. And if you are wondering what is she saying, I'm talking about the ladies football. So you get more on that story also on the back of the Daily Statesman. And that's how I wrap up with my segment of the headlines. What's your last
paper?
Paper?
And my last one for my set of newspapers would be from the Chronicle, which says it's the spear of the nation. And the screaming one we have here is JSFP boss exposes corrupt caterers. JSFP boss exposes corrupt caterers. And we have a picture of Madam Gertrude Kwashiga, the national coordinator of the school feeding program. So the JSFP we have here is Ghana School Feeding Program. And this is coming from here. Another one too here, Legondon. And I believe you would want to know who this Legondon is. Alan is the suitable candidate for NPP. Alan is the suitable candidate for NPP. I don't know who this is coming from, but I will just give you a bit of that. Please rescue assembly members from jaws of marauding youth. And I don't know where this is coming from. I don't know which part of the country this is coming from. Daylight robbery hits Cape Coast. We've already touched on that. Akufo-Addo promises to redevelop Abri Gardens. So the story, the screaming one we had on the front page of the newspaper, a bit of that. The national coordinator of the school feeding program, Madam Gertrude Kwashiga, has revealed that some of the caterers who have been going round claiming they are not, or they've not been paid, are actually not part of the program. Yes, interesting revelations there. You may want to have more on that. You grab yourself a copy of the Chronicles and you would get more on that. A political analyst and lecturer at the University of Ghana, Legon, Dr. Kobi Mensah, has stated categorically that the Vice President, Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, cannot become the next flag bearer for the New Patriotic Party because he was not rooted in the party. You may want to have more on that. Grab yourself a copy of the Chronicle newspaper and I think you would have more on. Kidnapped lady leaves police custody at last after meeting bail condition. I think this has been sent on Monday. Government Guta awaits Nigeria's position over retail disagreement. We'll be bringing you more of that in our news bulletins throughout the day you would want to see with us on Adwa television. For all of that 50 million Ghana cedi KMA debt dates back to 2007. Mama Pat is a star witness, and this is coming from an assembly member. So the debt I earlier spoke on, according to this assembly member, dates back to 2007 when Patricia Apieje was the KMA boss. I think that would do. Often River overflows its banks, floods Dunkwa. The heavy downpour yesterday there. I know by the close of the day there'll be a whole lot of stories surrounding this, but we are only hoping and praying that there should be no casualties. If properties are destroyed, damaged, well, we wouldn't say that is the best too, but it's better than losing human lives. So our quote of the day, I think I would do that. God saw how corrupt the earth had become, for all the people on earth had corrupted their ways. God saw how corrupt the earth had become, for all the people on earth had corrupted their ways. Genesis chapter 6, verse 12.
Wow. Well, so that's how we wrap up for the newspaper headlines. But stay tuned. There is the studio discussion, right? On some of these major stories. And I'm not leaving you just like that. Of course, talking about success and failure. There's this famous quote from Thomas Edison, which says that I have not failed. I have just found 10,000 ways that it wouldn't work. 10,000 ways not to go that same way, 10,000 ways to know, to have a new one, a fresh start, to be enthusiastic about the next one. So we will see you, we will catch you on the flip side. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hold on.
You beat cancer by how you live, why you live, and the manner in which you live. I am Priscilla Menu, Miss Health Ghana 2020. The month October is noted for breast cancer awareness, and this October, Sonotech Ghana is partnering with Miss Health Ghana to bring you breast cancer awareness campaign dubbed Pink It Out. So from the 1st to 31st October, Sonotech Ghana is offering free breast screening for all women out there. Plus, you get 20% off mammogram and 50% off ultrasound scan if you need one at any of their branches. The campaign is on. Join the campaign, support women, encourage women to come for screening, and support women living with breast cancer. On this note, I'll entreat all my sisters out there to come detect it, treat it, and defeat it, because early detection saves life. Thank you.
Announcements on Adoatv. Contact Adoatv for your general announcements, proclamations and publications, job vacancies, etc. at a very affordable rate. Call 050-92-57754, 020-9494-258, or visit our marketing desk at Step Work premises. Adoatv, bringing good things to life.
Hello everyone, my name is Adoatv, a proud ambassador for Sonotech's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It's hashtag Pinktober, hashtag Sonotech Goes Pink. Now, from the 1st October to the 31st of October 2021, at any of the 3 branches of Sonotech, Tema, Osu, and West Hills Malls, we are gathering together to get free screening. Yes, I said it's free. And that's not all we have for you. We also have 20% off mammogram testing and 50% off ultrasound. Let's go pink from October the 1st to the 31st, 2021 at Osu, Tema, and West Hills Malls, all Sonotech branches. We are giving hope to save a life. See you there.
John, what you know? Wow, Eddie, what boy juma. I check a roofing now. Oh, you fell one casa from Asatek. Oh, na same roofing is a baby bray, nice keke. Why na catch you? Asatek roofing sheet there, and your nice keke with the bodan swa a chey and rinache. They want to call us a hood of a fair bray. No free roofing sheet no dear. Who hear that will be out? Now so the bodan swa a hero supampe. What means which Roman send your open roofing sheet no? You tell the summer pepe.
Mama po Asatek money there. One of my technical advice na estimate free. Our professional installers and so on your on-site installation.
Ne boss crowd dafon pa.
Oh yes, quality and with that feminine.
Asatek 5 days pay na musa kan order. Na wa year after sales service proper bin so. Hwehwe Asatek wo Tema Community 2, Meridian Road, Ebenkoko Board Warehouse, Western Region. So Asatek wo Takrade Anaji, yene Princeland Hotel ene din hwenimu. And Volta Region yewo Akachi South District Assembly kwan so ha.
CB make up now. I'm not correct. Why your best mankasa? That's it. Who anyone? Oh, middle. You captures back one CB make capsules. Me see CB make capsules na make a year.
Yeah, you see men and women's capsules now. You name the dada. And one year packaging I the
Wow! What a packaging! CB men, any CB women capsules, no packaging is out. And you also no mood any biansan wako do pegi.
She are painful. Any about town man kwada no for. Any kwada go di fie do ye. En ka ho.
Susanna. Ghana man be man tamase.
Dodo Afre 0247 111671 and 0246 578 750. FDA aje edwedin kato yato.
Yeni Asatek, so we are kunini roofing industry nim enti Saudi roofina na wadwena Asatek. Asatek wo quality long span roofing sheeter esan nail free. Trese ehia so de dadoabo mu nanso etimu dan no so a pampe amframa and ehum entumi nya no hwe. Asatek quality long span roofing sheets with beautiful bright colors with anti-fading and anti-rusting properties. Trese enwe na ache na empanso enti wo ma 30-year warranty. Terms and conditions apply. Asatek quality long span roofing sheet dear. Eyama debia, say a warehouse, school, hotel, hospital, sorry, ana say a wawufi. Use Asatek quality nail free long span roofing sheet to be. Now what dando be jinaso na yino ho. Where delivery services papa bia. And for wonderful kwa Asatek bema was can order between 3 and 5 working days. Or VIP delivery services so one day pet na Osaka. Which Asatek a chill kwai Watama Community 2, Meridian Road, Wanikuku Board Warehouse, na paying Takrade, a few kuma number 9, or pay a few kuma Fidelity Bank no, Volta Region so or Wakache Tatome, GN Bank and Chenhope. Asatek, sheltering you for life.
Water, but when I get your mouth, and that's all I'm order. The rock you are fire.
Malaria and tea. But you are yet to my bono.
What you have to keep it.
Malaria, therefore, yaw. Enti awo, I shouldn't a customers. Well, when say, Mammy, I smart. I perceive Malakio. I'm money buyer or the eco school. Share. Say a pianisi berry market ni malaria and tea. I want to mean. And now, Emma will be around to walk. So we have malaria test. Maybe one. And Trebetiwa and the CB Malakio. Yedinuna, Nehama, and Naki Carbom Asoneso, I yes CB Malakio. And no way so dear. And I know grow. I yet tata shit.
A drawing yama a pen for a batty a woman for any quada won't feed
Susiana, what would you with
FD Ashusha sa a jedi and crat to you adia to Musa and
Hello, this is Dr. Josephine Nsafo from the Breast Unit Kolegu Teaching Hospital. This year also we are partnering with Sonotech Medical and Diagnostic Center. October is here again. Breast Cancer Awareness Month 2021. The message hasn't changed. Early detection and effective treatment save lives. I hope you've been doing your monthly breast self-examination throughout the year. So I'm just here to remind you that it's time to get your annual breast screening done. And for women 40 years and above, you need to do your mammogram. Breast scans are also very useful for women of all ages. And Sonotech is giving up to 50% discount this year at their Osu, West Hills, and Tema branches. Every year, the breast unit sees about 400 new cases of breast cancer, including a few men, in addition to those already living with the disease. Unfortunately, almost 70% of these are already advanced. This is because people do not come early, and a lot are trying natural, herbal, and alternative remedies which do not work. So we have a lot of unnecessary deaths. But for those who do come early with effective treatments, they have been cured, and I'm happy to say that we have a lot of breast cancer survivors with us. So remember to look for changes in your breast. A lump in your breast or your armpits, and a dimple, a rash, a sore, nipple discharge, especially when it's bloody. And remember that when breast cancer starts, it's usually not painful. Early detection is key. And with effective treatment, should you be diagnosed with breast cancer, your life will be saved. Stay safe.
Asatek, so your kunini roofing industry nim enti Saudi roofina na wadwen Asatek. Asatek wo quality long span roofing sheeter esan nail free trese ehia Saudi da doabo mu nanso etim wodan no so a pampe amframa anahum entumi nya no hwe. Asatek quality long span roofing sheets with beautiful bright colors with anti-fading and anti-rusting properties. Trese enwe na ache na empanso enti wo ma 30-year warranty. Terms and conditions apply. Asatek quality long span roofing sheet dear. Eye madan bia, say your warehouse, school, hotel, hospital, sorry, ana say your wawufi. Use Asatek quality nail free long span roofing sheet no be. Na wo dan do be gina so na yi ne ho. Wo ye delivery services papa bia. Emfa ho ne fa kwan wo Asatek bema wo can order between 3 and 5 working days. Wo VIP delivery services so a 1 day pe na wo can. Hwehwe Asatek achiu kwan Watama 22 Meridian Road woni Cocoa Board Warehouse na ben Takrade Efiekuma number 9 wo ben Efiekuma Fidelity Bank no Volta region so wo wakache Tatome GN Bank nchen hope. Asatek, sheltering you for life.
Water, but when I get your mouth, and then so I'm order. You are fired.
Malaria and tea. But you are yet to my bono.
What you have to feed it.
Malaria, therefore, yao. Enti awo. I shouldn't customers. When you say, Mammy, I smart. I perceive Malakio. I'm money buyer or the eco school. Share, say a pianisi berry market ni malaria and tea. I want to mean.
And now Emma will be around to walk. So we have malaria test. Maybe one. And Trebetiwa and the CB Malakio. You didn't know. And now kick out from a son so I CB Malakio. And no way so dear. And I don't grow. I yet tata shit.
A drawing your ma appeal for. A batty a woman for. Any coda won't you fear doing.
Susiana. Wow, how would you win?
FD Ashusha Sa a JD and Kratoimu Adia to Muse.
Announcements on Adoatv. Contact Adoatv for your general announcements, proclamations and publications, job vacancies, etc. at a very affordable rate. Call 050-92-57754, 020-9494-258, or visit our marketing decks at Step Work Premises. Adoatv, bringing good things to life.
You beat cancer by how you live, why you live, and the manner in which you live. I am Priscilla Menu, Miss Health Ghana 2020. The month October is noted for breast cancer awareness, and this October, Sonotech Ghana is partnering with Miss Health Ghana to bring you breast cancer awareness campaign dubbed Pink It Out. So from the 1st to 31st October, Sonotech Ghana is offering free breast screening for all women out there. Plus, you get 20% off mammogram and 50% off ultrasound scan if you need one at any of their branches. The campaign is on. Join the campaign, support women, encourage women to come for screening, and support women living with breast cancer. On this note, I will entreat all my sisters out there to come detect it, treat it, and defeat it, because early detection saves life. Thank you.
John, what you know? Wow, Eddie, what boy juma. I check a roofing now. Oh, you fell one casa from Asatek. Oh, na same roofing is about be brave, nice keke. Why the catch Asatek roofing sheet today, and your nice keke with the bodan swa a chee and renache. They want to call us a hood of a fair be brave. No one free roofing sheet no dear. Who hear that will be out. Now, so the bodan swa a zero supampe. What means to trauma send your open roofing sheet no? You tell the salmon pepe.
Mama poor Asatek money there. One of my technical advice na estimate free. Our professional installers so aware your on-site installation.
Ne boss kura da from pa.
Oh yes, quality and nebo da feminine.
Asatek 5 days pay na musa kan order. Na wa year after sales service proper bin so. Hwehwe Asatek wo Tema Community 2, Meridian Road, Ebenkoko Board Warehouse, Western Region so Asatek wo Takrade Anaji, yene Princeland Hotel ene di hwene mu. Na Volta Region ye wo Akachi South District Assembly kwan no so ha.
Thanks for staying with us on the Ghana Breakfast Show. Remember, we're streaming live on Facebook, so you could join us with your thoughts and comments. And also, you can do same on YouTube. It's Adoatv GH and Adoatv Ghana on Facebook. Before we delve into stories making headlines in the various newspapers, allow me wish Ghana's Vice President, Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, a very glorious, happy birthday. I mean, he has exhibited uncommon wisdom, remarkable vision, and exemplary leadership. We wish you peace, God's love, strength, and all that you wish for yourself. Let me do this too very quick before we proceed. Dr. Kweju Yilach from Kintampo, today is your birthday too as well. Wishing you long life with prosperity. And that will do for the birthday dedications. Now, a lot has been happening in the country And the various newspapers have been highlighting all of that for us. Yesterday, some Christian bodies presented a memorandum in support of the LGBTQ plus bill to Parliament. We will tell you more about that. But before we do that, I would want you to watch this video, what transpired at the Parliament House when these Christian bodies visited Parliament.
You see, the Christian community will now go into caucus and decide what to do, because lawyer Akoto has made us know their roadmap. They are going to the radio stations, and then they'll be organizing some street march and all that. You see, if we get to the street and our numbers come out and you see us and you can still pass this something against this bill, then you have done well. But we are going to cause our people to come on the street, and we are going to warn any government that if you vote against this bill, we will vote you out. And that is it. There's no room for neutrality. No, it's not political. It is not political. Ghana is not, what I'm saying is not political. It's about the future of the nation. Anyone who wants to destroy this nation, we will not allow you to rule us. That is it. We have to take the values and principles of God on the street. It is this thing that we are losing. That is why we are seeing this nation the way we are seeing. So we want all Christians to arise so that we go out there and stand for the values and principles of the kingdom of God. That is the only way that will bring deliverance. You see, the Christian community will now go into caucus and decide what to do, because lawyer Akoto has made us know their roadmap. They are going to the radio stations, and then they'll be organizing some street march and all that. You see, if we get to the street and our numbers come out and you see us and you can still pass this something against this bill, then you have done well. But we are going to cause our people to come on the street, and we are going to warn any government that if you vote against this bill, we will vote you out. And that is it. There's no room for neutrality. No, it's not political. It is not political. Ghana is not, what I'm saying is not political. It's
That was Apostle Nyameche over there speaking to the press after presenting the memorandum to Parliament. You heard him elaborate more on the stance and position of these Christian bodies supporting the LGBTQ bill in Parliament. So it was 4 churches and 4 Christian organizations who presented this memorandum in support of the bill to legalize the lesbians, gays, bisexual, transgender, queer bill in Parliament. Now, the churches we are talking about here were the Apostolic Church Ghana, the Church of Pentecost, the Methodist Church Ghana, and Christ Apostolic Church. And the Christian organizations were Christian Council Ghana, Ghana Congress Evangelism, Women Ministry, National Clergy Association, and the National Association of Charismatic and Christian Churches. I've been joined in the studio by 2 reps from the major political parties we have in the country. Before we delve into the substantive matter for discussion, we'll take a brief one on this. And to my immediate right is Collins Asante. He's a member of the NPP communication team. Good morning.
Morning, my brother. How are you?
I'm fine by God's grace. Yourself?
Well, I'm doing good. By the grace of Almighty, and then the good governance of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo.
Right.
Doing good.
We thank God. Next to him is Richard Manurubi. He is representing the NDC here. Good morning.
The political baby face.
Yes, boss. You're looking very good this month. Same as you also looking.
Thank you. I just told him. He's enjoying and benefiting from the
Set please.
Good morning. I'm doing very well, and let me say good morning to you.
Right.
Your cherished viewers, normally the good people of Nkwanta South and Oti region. And good morning to Asante, my good friend, very good friend of course. He's been hiding, When as he was saying, he said the good governance of another Dankwa Akufo-Addo. I understand. When it goes to your side, it's good. The masses are saying it is not good. We are on the street, so we meet every day on the street. But we are not meeting him. He's always in his office with the air condition. So it's good.
That was just by the way. Yes. Let me begin with you, Manu Ruby. I think you heard Apostle Nyamiche speaking over there. And in conclusion, all that he would want to say is that some of these activities of the LGBTQ plus is the reason for which this country isn't progressing as we would wish it to be. Do you subscribe to that?
I think, let me say once again, good morning, and good morning to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and the First Lady Lordina Mahama. And a very happy birthday to my very good friend, a brother. In fact, apart from politics, and that's what people don't know, just let me be frank, apart from politics, he's a very good friend, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia.
Yeah.
We've been very close, very close before politics. It was just because when he became a vice president that we distanced ourselves because the lies are becoming too much. Quite apart from that, from Bank of Ghana, a very close friend of mine. So today, he's 58 today.
Yeah.
And let me say happy birthday to him. So by 61, he became a former vice president and go and stay at home and rest well. It's a good one. He has achieved from where he started, and then to as 1 year after retirement, he retired as a vice president, go and relax, and then maybe I wish him well. And then with his able, supportive wife, Samira Baumia, and if any, we thank them for their good guardians and this. And he has a good family, the like of Uncle Baba Baumia, Jake and Co, who has supported him heavily at 50 up to 58. I think he's done very well, and let me appreciate all those guys around him, Blee and Co, and then all those guys around him. You know about this, no. Now I'm talking about personal relationship. I'm not talking about his office. I mean, I know people that are close to him personally. That he works personally. Quite apart from politics. I have not been. I mean, apart from politics. As I was saying, I was very close to him, but he became a vice president. I've never gone to meet him because he's not serving the nation well. So, well, let me say happy birthday to His Excellency the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. I wish him very well. LGBTQ, LBT, whatever queer and whatever happened, the pure water, volcanic water ads. Because I'm told that there's one now that's added that drugs can then, lick a woman. And so it's also now it's a new discovery now. And we have one to the call queer. You can be there and you behave. You are a human being, but you see as a woman, but you feel you are an animal. So you can be chained. I can chain you like an animal and drag you in town. And some of them too, they say you can be in the morning, you can feel like a man, but when the weather changes, you can still you become like a woman. So day in day out, things are coming up. Maybe they know. God knows better. Me, I believe in those things. But I think I have a reservation about this particular issue. I don't think LGBTQ should be a debate again.
Why?
You know why? We are not focusing a particular thing. I think they are using the medium of a media to advertise and make this thing more popular and stronger.
How so?
In a process, it will come and then we'll debate it. Then we'll debate it. You see on the social media. Then we'll come and see there. They are very rich. You know, they have their support, their bases, and we talk about how big they are, how powerful they are. Then we start mentioning name. And these people are also on social media. You go to Instagram, they are there. You go to Facebook, they are there. You go to Twitter, they are there. And the young ones who want to become rich, start private chatting them, DM them, and begin to talk about it. And it is an avenue to do more recruitment into LGBTQ. And so anytime you see that the debate is down, in a week or two, it's like they'll bring up another topic. They will be debating it. The more we talk about LGBTQ, the more they recruit the people into the system. I know I think like ladies. It's obvious. Because
but how do you
know? You're a man. As a man, you need to like ladies. I'm not saying you're a womanizer. You will go and sleep. I don't have a girlfriend. I know you're not married, but you have a girlfriend.
I never told you so.
Yes, Asante has a girlfriend, has a wife, and so it's obvious that. Don't have it. Oh me, I've not even thought of it.
But you have a ring on your.
No, this is not a wedding ring. Honestly.
But look at where you have it.
Yeah, you see, these are the problem I begin to have with people. Christians believe that when they are married, they keep wedding rings here, isn't it?
Sure.
I'm not a Christian.
Okay.
So yes, I'm not a Christian. So why would that listen? So these are the things I'm saying. The point I was trying to build is that people get themselves involved in all sexual activities. And LGBTQ, that is a gayism and lesbianism, has been in the system since Adams. Has anybody in this country ever say that we those who like ladies or who like girls, boys, say want a bill to be passed or a law to protect us? It has never happened.
Protect you from what?
To protect you from what? That's the question.
Yes.
But what about this LGBTQ thing? We all know, see, legally in Ghana here, you can't pass an illegal entrance, you can't pass an exit to enter somewhere and think it's not illegal. As we are sitting here, can you pass through a window and enter this house? It's illegal. It's obviously illegal. So why would you think that? Me, I have been thinking of, somebody will say, I can't think far. Because why should we as a nation, Ghana, a country Ghana, so that I even think about LGBTQ, that a man will go and marry a woman will go and marry a woman will marry a woman, a man will marry a man, and they think that is a good thing, and they want us to make it a legal status in this nation, then it will go on. I don't even know where to start to. Me, this matter, I have been thinking about it. I don't know the interest in which we have all these things doing. But you see, in the stage where we have people, the life of Dr. Lawyer Akoto Ampao and Co., and the president lawyer, the lawyer of the Republic of Ghana, president, advocating for the legalization and the legalization of LGBT in this country.
Is it surprising, considering these individuals who are
it's very concerned. If you look at their age, where they've aged up to, is that what you live for the unborn generation?
Put into consideration their grounds for which they are pushing their agenda.
What grounds?
On human rights.
Which one is the human right? Who does not have rights in this country? Have you seen somebody killing an LGBT person that is killing him because it is not allowed in our law?
But we've seen a whole lot of videos which have even shredded on social media for uncounted times where these individuals have been molested, assaulted, and the like.
Isaac, this is an unlawful entry canal or whatever it is, which is a criminal offense in this nation. And a lawyer at your stage, at your status, your age, me, I'm just looking at how old you are, look at your face, how aged you have become. And you think that the legacy you leave for Ghanaians, the unborn generations, to become gays, I beg them. He should call his family, he should go and marry his own son and think that that's human right. It is not allowed as a nation. But you see, I didn't want to do a bit political in this. But there's something I also took a second thought of. I know all successive presidents have been against the legalization of this LGBTQ. The city president now said it was bound to happen. And was said, but later he came out to say that he will never allow the LGBTQ to be legalized under his watch.
And he has declared it.
But today, what happened? His lawyer is fighting for the legalization of LGBT.
But that does not represent his position.
Whatever it.
No, listen. That does not represent his position.
This is a legal advisor to the president as Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, as Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. If it comes to the nation, we have an attorney general, fine. What is actually happening is that the bill, the parliamentarians are sending to a private bill. I think private legal bill.
Yeah, private members bill.
The private members bill that is sent to parliament for the legalization of LGBTQ. It is what the president is scared of. When the bill is passed, you know, there's a duration when the president refuses to sign. The parliamentarian council sign it and it will be knocked as a law.
Yeah.
And so that is what they are scared of. So if that bill is passed, the president today will be forced to sign the bill. And if the president refuses signing that bill, now the Ghanaians will say, it means you also support the legalization of the LGBTQ. So that is all that they are doing around. It's some particular group of people trying to engineer to make sure that bill is not passed, and so that the president will not start to become a victim. But you see, the reality is that I listened to some judge. You know the threat he has started getting from this LGBTQ bill. Even the speaker. I'm told the speaker even has so many threats about this LGBTQ deal. Because I remember some judge and one UK former MP the Prime Minister has several encounters on social media fighting about this LGBTQ thing. So we know that is what we are saying, that some judges and other people are evoking that the day of the debate of the LGBTQ in Parliament, it should become a live telecast, so that we will see all the members of Parliament who will be against it. I don't think that Afrobarometer survey is saying that 93% of the Ghanaians does not has frowned on the LGBTQ. So if you have 30 million people and only No, I think 97%. Only 3% of the people are saying, even these people, the 3% are not saying anything about it too. Theirs is that they don't want to know. That's are people like me. I don't just want to know because it doesn't make sense. And so 97 said, no, we don't want LGBTQ. But 3% are saying that, look, me, I don't want to talk about this. I don't care what happened. If you feel your life is that you want to go and do your LGBTQ, whatever it is, go and do it. And this is about 300,000 people that are saying that. But over 27 million. Because we are 30.8 million now in Ghana. Don't want this. So why will people, elderly, aged people who need to teach us about moral life, teach us about future, and then govern our lives to make sure that, because even our health status of these particular issues, these are the things that are happening. The LGBTQ people are dying every day. You are aware? They do all these things. They get infections. Recently, the Ghana AIDS Commission,
yeah.
The Ghana AIDS Commission, they are surveyed the board. They said most of the people that are affected with HIV were LGBTQ.
Yeah.
And those of them are dying. So the more they die, the people will bring out agitation like this for us to debate and do more recruitment. And it's all boiled down with how the way we pose the thing. Oh, these people have international backing. They are very rich. They have a big account. And you see, if people go to rituals to make money, if people go to murder to make money, and people get to know that, oh, if I can sleep with a big man with my anus to make money, they will go. And that is the agenda the LGBTQ is pushing. So I think the media were very careful in this case. The media should take a critical look at it and make sure that it should not be in any case of a debate again. We don't like, we as Ghanaians are frown on LGBTQ. It's against our laws. It's against all the religions that we have. You can see yesterday, the Christian Council was there. I think the Catholic Council,
about 4 of them,
the Islamic Council, and all the religious bodies. The traditionalists are against it, the Christians are against it, and the Islamic community are also against it. So I think that the president to talk to his lawyer, if he's not aware of this, to stop all that is happening, because the bill, the president must sign it. The bill is going to be passed, and we are all supporting it. We push it. We encourage the likes of Sam George, the deputy education minister. Now, is it Fojo, Reverend Fojo, the Helen Tosu and Co. We are behind them.
In Team Fojo.
In Team Fojo, we are behind them. We are praying for them that in this difficult time where people want to malign and hide around, to make sure that this bill must not work. The bill must work. Some Ghanaians are behind them. But Mr. President, we beg you, just try to tell your lawyer to stay out so that when the bill comes, you sign it. It's the clarity of the signing of the bill that is making people jumping around to do all this, which is not good.
Before I come to Asante, one of the individuals who are pushing against the anti-LGBTQ bill is Professor Audrey Gajito. And according to her, there is no law against being gay. There is no law against being gay. The closest you will get is people quote law against unnatural carnal knowledge. And that, she says, is a colonial era law which we still have in our book. Is that anything to go by?
Oh, which one is the colonial law? So it means the criminal codes and those laws that was scrap all those laws out. There are so many laws that was even passed during British era that we are still using them.
But what she said to back her argument is that if somebody is gay, for example, the person's behave feminine, that doesn't mean that individual has any unnatural carnal knowledge.
It's obvious. I don't know how it goes, but see, Isaac, the reality of this matter is that if you are your gay, excuse my language, if Isaac feel that you come and sleep with Asante and you are good to go and do your thing. Don't come and tell us in public that this is what is happening. Do you know how I sleep with my girlfriends or my girlfriend or my wife? Do I come to tell people what happens? So why do you think that you will go and do your things and come and tell us yours is good? It's like when I have problem with some kind of religious people, when you meet them and you are talking about religion and say you are not a, then you tell them, oh, you are not a Christian. They say, oh, so are you a Muslim? You must not belong to a religion before you believe in God. You understand? Right. I'm making you must not belong to a religion before you believe in God. If you feel if you feel that going to date another man, you look at you, a very handsome young man sitting here, you go and then open your anus for somebody to just destroy it for you. Go and do it. It's your life. So don't come and worry us as a nation. We are thinking of bad economy. We are thinking of insecurity. There's a lot we can think about as a nation. Don't come and tell us all your, excuse my language, your stupid things. So these aged fools who cannot think and then they are almost dying and think that they want to destroy this generation. We will not see that.
No, but that is too harsh.
What do you mean by that?
That is too harsh. That is too harsh.
These are aged scavengers. I'm being honest with you. They fed on the scavengerism to the extent that they are almost.
Richard, that is too harsh.
That
is too harsh. Aged fools.
Yeah, they are aged fools.
You cannot use that.
They are aged fools.
You cannot use that.
Word from
you cannot use that.
No, if you don't, that does not please your platform. If that does not please your platform, I withdraw. So making it at that time that we think that these people will sit down and destroy this nation. If they are devils, we will not see the devils on this nation, because we're told that the devils are unseen, and that's what I'm told, that devils are unseen. So today I have seen the devils and I'm being careful, and I will advise every young man in this country, there's a lot we can do to make this nation great. Let us look at a technical and vocational education building. That is why nobody was against the one district one factory. Building industrialization in this country, it will create jobs. Let's look at measures in which we can build up in this nation, and stop these guys who want to make noise and to try to demoralize our nation. Isaac, how will you feel? How do you live with your next generation? Then you sit home and you are reading your graphic. Look at the advocacy you are doing for this nation. As young as you are, look at the education. I watched one of your videos via social media. It is going viral, where you were doing election coverage and you were falling into a pit and all those things, making to educate people. I watched it somewhere and I was like, I think it was on Instagram, and it was about 17 to 18K. People were sharing. That was only share, no viewership. And all this thing you do to make sure you project this nation. And one day when you are retired, you will see your son or your daughter bringing another girl that is my wife.
Richard Manu will be a member of the NDC communication team. Collins Asante, let's hear you.
Thank you for the opportunity. Let me take the opportunity and say good morning to the good people of Adoatv. That is my constituency where I come from.
We are contesting the constituency chairman.
Oh, of course, yes.
Yes. Yeah. We will support you.
Thank you very much.
You now speak for him.
We've been very good friends.
Right.
It's just that he belongs to a wrong political party. That is the problem I have with him.
You believe so?
Yes.
This is your incoming deputy lance lecturer.
Look at him. And let me wish the vice president long life and prosperity.
Right.
I wish him more blessing, and may the good Lord grant him wisdom and knowledge to contribute his quota towards the success and the burden of this country. The man has been good and helpful to this country, so I'll pray for good health for him. And having said that, honestly, with this LGBT whatever, I don't want to politicize it. But looking at where my brother started from, it has also prompted me or pushed me to do politics.
But since you wouldn't want to do politics with this,
no, that is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Based on where he started from, understand?
That doesn't mean you should also continue. So you go ahead with what you
understand. Don't worry. But we were in this country when we saw the former president.
Which of them?
John Dramani Mahama, in bed with Andrew Solomon. And from Andrew Solomon's own mouth, he came to this country with his partner to witness a gay wedding in Accra, and then they met the president. He fell in love with the president, like him. Andrew Solomon organized the gay community, contribute money to finance John Dramani Mahama's campaign.
That's a while ago.
When we were talking, I was here.
That's a while ago.
Please.
When we were talking, I was here.
That's a while
ago. Watching you.
Which I have no idea about.
Yes, I know what we are talking about. So I know.
Many of our individuals watching at home who have no idea about, so we disassociate ourselves.
Yes, we know. They financed John Mahama's campaign to become the president of this country. Then immediate after he becoming the president, he came out to say, oh, he's against the gay community. Today, you sit here to say that for the fact that Akufo-Addo's lawyer, who is entitled to his opinion, is championing this agenda, you are linking him to Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, who said, under nowhere under his term office in this country will he legalize this LGBT in this country. You sit here to do propaganda with it. My brother, let's think about the nation, because this LGBT has so many implications to this country. Apart from health issue, the economic wise, and then spiritual implication to this country. That is the aspect I wish we will look for as a country.
Then in that regard, you subscribe to what Apostle Jameche was saying, that these are some of the reasons for which the country is
because listen, this thing started way back, as he said, from the Bible. And those people were punished by God in the Bible. So if as a country we were to approve this thing in this country, what do you think we are expecting from the good Lord? It means we are expecting the wrath of God. And you see, one thing I've noticed also is that this LGB or whatever plus thing, like he said, they are using the media to propagate their agenda. And just as President Akufo-Addo said, there will be a time, and this thing will come a thing of the past, because they are using this right to human rights to propagate their agenda. So I wasn't surprised, and I would not be surprised the coming out of the group saying we are sitting on their fundamental human rights because they are entitled to do whatever they like. And my brother, listen, this same 1992 constitution that talks about the fundamental human rights in this country also says that the right to your freedom is not supposed to sit on the happiness of other person. And if you look at the activities of these people, in one way or the other, it's affecting others in this country.
In what way?
Listen, like Richard said, the manner they handle themselves, they front themselves, they portray themselves, and I don't know whether there's a kind of spiritual implication behind that thing, that the moment you enter into that thing, you become rich. These people are very rich, and they are using the money to entice most of the youth into it. And why or the other, look, the fact that we are not seeing them doing whatever they do in their private lives, but the activity in one way or the other affects some people in the public, which we should speak against it. We should not use the right to freedom of association and fundamental human rights to allow them to live. Me, I'm very happy, and I'm also hoping that they will pass this law in Parliament for it to become law.
This bill?
Yes, the LGBT whatever bill. Because you see, as we sit here, we don't know, this thing started from lesbian and gay. Then along the line, the Q came, they added the Q to it. Now they are adding, let me say, they've gotten to the plus. Yeah, you and I, all of us here, we don't, after the queer, there's a plus there. Yeah, so what is the plus? It means there's more this. Yes. So you and I don't know what is next.
Every day there's discovery.
Yes. So you may sit here, like I said, somebody may decide to do whatever and say, I have the right to do it. My brother, let's speak against it and let's put the human right aspect aside. Because at the end of the day, it is the people of this country that is who we are going to suffer. We are going to suffer. If we approve that, look, people, there's this group, and when you look at those people in the group, these are the prominent people that the children or the youth of today looks after. Like you said,
that is the individuals against the bill.
Yes, the group. They form, understand, they form a group. I don't know how they call themselves. But these are the prominent people in the society. So you ask yourself, you and I, what legacy are these people leaving for us? Are they leaving a legacy for us to follow, or for our children or generation to also come and follow? To do gay and lesbianism in this country? No. For me, as I sit here, I don't want to engage the wrath of God. So I will not support it. And I will not approve it. And I will not advise somebody to approve it. Irrespective of whatever right they have. It's against the culture of this country. Irrespective of the religion. Christians are against it. In as much as the Christians are against, I believe the Muslim community is also against it.
Well, they've spoken.
Yes. So why should we engage ourselves in it in the name of human rights? And my brother, I don't think we should support it. Look, looking at the health wise, those working around, most of them are in Pampers. So. Yes, it's just that we don't see it and we don't know. Most of them are in Pampers. Yes, yeah, yesterday somebody was telling me, but Abi is good. And I said, what makes it good? He said it's boosting the economy. It's bringing business. Pampers business is now moving on. You see the mentality of someone. So my brother, I am of the view that looking at what this thing will bring, there's no need for us to support it. The recent population census shows that the ladies are more than
52.
Yes. And then we allow the ladies who are more than the men to engage themselves in this.
If every Ghanaian man want to marry one wife, we still have 4 million ladies of them. That's why I support the polygamy this agenda.
That is your belief, right?
Yes, polygamy is good, you know.
So, but you ask yourself, if the men decided not to marry them, but they'll do this gay thing, what will happen to the 4 million? 400,000 women.
400,000 women.
Yes, so, but mind you, not all of these 400,000 women we're talking about are up for marriage.
Of course, yes. But maybe some of them are also in it.
But you
yes, others are already in it.
400,000 is a lot.
Others are aged. We have children and the like.
But we are still giving birth more.
Yeah.
So,
but you see, but I think
it's good.
Talking about this sexually transmitted disease, those who transmit it more is the transgender, those who practice both the
transgender.
Yes,
the bisexual.
The bisexual. That is the right way. Because if you do it at the back, you come and do it at the front. So supplying the back and supplying the front at the same time, that makes it more dangerous.
The hermaphrodites, they too are they
those
also
with two both sex
yeah.
organs.
But that was a natural. That is a natural thing.
That's a natural thing.
Yeah.
Wow. And those having sex with the animals.
Yeah.
Yes. Does that mean that? Or will they also transfer the disease to the animals?
Well, maybe they may be picking it from the animals.
Animals, yeah, it's obvious.
Brother, we have a long way to go. And as a country,
it's a dangerous
we shouldn't joke with it. Yes,
it's a dangerous thing. But you see, people. That's why I don't want us to talk about it on this, because it is given a lot of media imperialism. You know, a lot of people watch it, listen to it, and they'll go and research. You go to it's available in the social media. You go and search it and get yourself involved. So the more we talk about it, the more it's being recruited into the society.
And they are using their money to lure them into it.
Absolutely.
Yes. So we should support. Right. We should support the bill to pass.
So the president's lawyer must stop this.
I'm expecting John Mahama to come out by this time to say.
Thank you very much. I think we will end this here.
No. But
don't say no.
Isaac, on the most serious note, you see, this is a gentleman.
We saw the man in bed with the man.
Please. That is fine. Let's end it.
That picture was a Photoshop.
Look at what I said.
Let's end it. Let's end it. Thank you. Let's end it.
No.
Thank you. Thank you.
Why is he not coming out to defend it?
That is fine. It's okay. Thank you.
Let the Mahama come out.
I'm not debating this.
That is fine.
I am not saying that. Look, Andrew Solomon was at the launch of President Mahama's book, My First Coup d'etat.
Yes.
So, but if you say that Andrew Solomon supported the NDC government, Andrew Solomon was in the bed with His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, you won't know that when that picture came in, the MPP went and photoshopped that picture on the bed.
Look at what
No, hold on.
That is fine. Let's end it. Thank you very much. I think we have
picture. What are you talking about?
Please,
it was a true picture. What kind of Photoshop are you talking about?
Even though I know you are very professional, we don't end such a debate like that. A sitting president, the president of the republic, and you think that the president of the Republic of Ghana will just go into the room and you will see that the president is in the room with another prime minister and they just take pictures and the president doesn't have security?
What are you talking about?
I mean,
people do indoor meetings and
that is fine. Thank you. Christian Bodies presents memorandum in support of LGBTQ bill to Parliament. We will end up here with other issues because we have a whole lot to discuss.
We have a whole lot of time to sit here. So
we have a whole lot to discuss here. So on the front page of the Daily Statesman, it says, "Police alert workers conspiring with robbers to rob companies." And I think I found one too in another paper where in 2017 there was an investigation open into a bullion van robbery attack. I don't know if the Daily Guard newspaper. And it has been found that 2 workers from the company were linked in this. I think I can't find the paper. Police alert workers conspiring with robbers to rob companies. The Volta, just a bit of that before we delve into the discussion. The Volta Regional Police Command has arrested 2 suspected robbers in their hideout. The 2 were arrested in connection with the Adoatv Denigba.
No, but that's speaking
That's robbery incidents in the region. The suspects are Ahaji, Anani, these names, 26, and Ahaji Kwame, 33. Why are they related? The Director of Public Affairs of the Ghana Police Service, Superintendent Alexander Kweku Obey, in a statement issued yesterday in Accra, said the police had also arrested 10 armed robbers who robbed a company and occupants of a vehicle at Anglo Afia Denigba. According to the statement, police intelligence led to the arrest of 2 persons and other suspects linked to the robbery who had escaped to Togo. Superintendent Obeng disclosed that a police community partnership-led operation resulted in the initial arrest of 5 persons. Now to the main one. The statement added that further intensive police investigations and operations also led to the arrest of 3 other suspects, 2 of whom are staff of the company that was robbed. However, the company says the names of these 3 suspects are being withheld for the moment because of the nature of the ongoing investigations. Recently, there have been some bullion van attacks here and there in the country. The very famous one which caught the attention of the media and the entire nation is the Jamestown at the Dinpo one. And the story I had wanted to find out from one of these newspapers I read earlier today, where 2 workers of the company were linked or had some connections to do with the robbery incident in 2017. Let me begin off with you, Collins, because initially I started with Richard. Why should this be happening? We find individuals, workers working with a company. The next moment there is a robbery incident elsewhere, and per police investigations, before we get to realize most of these workers are part of the robbery incident, or they have some connection with the robbers. Let me pick your initial thoughts on this.
Well, Isaac, it can be possible. It can be possible, because I remember the quote of the late President Rawlings that Abuabi Bekawa now Frantuma. So it can be possible. Some of these things can come from within, because they have access to information, so they can link it out. And you see, I'm not surprised that the police coming out with such information, because maybe they have gotten a clue about it. And if you look at the kind of the robbery incident going on in this country, you ask yourself, you wonder, where does these people get their information from? And because I remember, I think about a month or 3 weeks ago, a similar thing happened at Achimota. The woman went to a bank, took the money on his way, on her way.
Even yesterday, there was a daylight robbery incident in Cape Coast.
So you ask yourself, were the robbery at the bank? Were they inside the bank?
Right after the person had
gone for the money. How did they know that such a person has gone for a huge amount, that they have to trace her and go for the money? So it's true. It can even be possible that yes, there's an informer. Supplying information to these robbers. You see, but sometimes I blame we the politicians. Sometimes I blame ourselves, because you see, if you look at the current economic situation, the unemployment issue, I think if there's job for the youth to do, I don't think they will end up engaging themselves.
Yeah, you speak to security experts, analysts, and they tell you youth unemployment is a big threat to our security.
Of course, it's a very, very big threat to this country. And that is one of a key problem we should try as much as possible as a country to solve it. Because look, my brother, a graduate may end up coming out from a tertiary institution with a degree or a master or a diploma, and he may end up sitting in the home for close to 5 years without a job. How do you expect him to survive? You see, I am not encouraging them, but what I'm trying to say is that we should have them as the priority, so that we should try and create an avenue for them to survive.
Right.
Yes, that is more reason why Nana Akufo-Addo's administration believe in building the one district, one factories for them to engage,
create more job opportunities for these youths.
And in as much as the population is gradually increasing, we may still find ourselves in this situation. But we have to try everything as much as possible to solve it. Because sometimes it baffles me how these people get information to rob, if not the institution, your house.
Yeah.
In fact, the last time I understand, there was information that the robbers entered the church. They were not even afraid to take money belong to God. You ask yourself, where are we going as a country? Today, they are doing it to individuals in their cars and in the bank. Look at the recent attacks on these mobile money people.
Yeah.
And you see, not that they will even take your money and spare your life.
Others were killed, they were not spared.
Killed, yes.
Yeah.
So I am of the view that any political party that comes to power, irrespective of the party, should try as much as possible to see how best this unemployment issue can solve. As a country, let's create avenue for jobs. And then also our educational system, which I expect my brother to agree with me, is kind of full of theory. And as it's a fact. We only go to school and learn the theory. So when we come and we are not able to get a white man's job, we are in the house doing nothing. But we can create avenue for ourselves. Why don't we enter into this entrepreneurship? Because the moment you enter, you may end up engaging me, engaging my friend, engaging somebody. Certainly. So we can end up reducing the unemployment issue in this country. I think that is the best way we can solve it. Because look, arresting them and taking them to jail, they may end up coming out more hardened criminals. Because the kind of activity that goes on in the prisons, it makes them more hardened criminals. So when they come out, it's not as if they've changed, but we've rather worsened the situation to them. But if we're able to provide something for them, I understand the Nana Akufo-Addo's one district, one factories. He has so far constructed 2 factories at in someone which, as a prisoner, you may end up coming out with
I know of one, but I don't know.
There's another one going on. There's another
ongoing, but not completed.
No, it's not completed. It's not going. But you are aware the T-roll factory is.
That is what I know.
Yes. So
I don't know of the other one you're talking about.
So the factory is using the prisoners. So at the end of the day, they end up getting something. Even when they come out from prison, they may end up getting a capital to start a business on their own. That is what we should think. We should look beyond this thing, solving the problem done, trying to engage them, catching them and punishing them and sending them to prison.
Right.
It will not.
We should be looking at the root cause of
it and then find solution to it. That would be the best person for the best situation for us to solve the situation.
Right. This is a police alert, and this is coming from the Ghana Police Service. So
it's telling us we should be very, very careful.
Yes. So would you say the current leadership of the Ghana Police Service is on top of their job?
You see, this our security service. This I'm speaking as an individual person, my personal point of view. The successive governments, till the MPP came to power, the kind and the manner we recruit security men and security personnel in this country is a problem to us. Then we have to take a critical look at it. Look, we end up recruiting party boys without taking proper check of these party boys. Once the person assisted in campaigning for the party and the party is in power, let's recruit the person. Once the person show interest in police, let's take him because he said he want to work as a police officer. Without going through proper background checks. I've also noticed, which I have no evidence to it, so I cannot emphasize it, but there's this information going on. People are paying money to be recruited into our security forces. You will be there and somebody will send you a message or somebody will call you this. I have a connection. If you can pay 10,000, 15,000, I will help you get the security.
It's even on social media. You find a lot of posts on social media, but I don't know how authentic it is.
Yes. So somebody or a thief with the money may end up paying and entering into the force.
And what if what we've been seeing turn out to be some sort of fraud?
Well, it's possible it can be fraud, but it's possible others are also, benefiting. Because we've spoken to some police personnel and they'll tell you, look, I paid money to get
into the
service. See? So those doing that, what is their relationship? What is their background? We've been hearing policemen or security servicemen supplying guns to the robbers. So if I end up recruiting a party boy who already is a criminal into security services and he happens to meet his fellow criminal, what do you think is going to happen? It's something that is going to improve the relationship among them, and one person may be supplying the information, another person may also be supplying the gun. So in recruiting people into our security service, we need to take a critical look at the way we recruit them. We shouldn't think that, look, the fact that the person has helped the party to come to power, so we should engage him. The fact that the party assisted us to come into power, we should not check him. We need to do proper checking and proper recruitment into our security forces. And I believe in doing that, we may end up solving this information. Like the police said, I'm sure the tip-off, it may be a tip-off, it may be information. So he knows what he's talking about. So we should take a good message from it and then be very, 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 very careful with the people who comes around us, who we surrounded ourselves with. Because sometimes you go to a bank, you think the teller dealing with you is just a mere customer or a mere, he's just having a mere relationship with you. But hey, maybe he's the person, giving out the information to these people. So we need to take good care of these things. It's a very good advice, and I suggest we take it.
Right. Manu, let's hear you.
As a guy, we agree that the rate at which crime is speeding up in the society is bad. And I always say that crime is a collective responsibility as a society to protect ourselves. Security, as you say, the police is not a magician. If you don't volunteer information for the police cannot help.
Yeah.
It's a collective responsibility. In as much as the president, the government has a role to play because he's the commander-in-chief, the vice president, this is a police council. The vice president cannot overlook all the areas in this country. It's everybody, wherever you are a security officer on your own to make sure the only people that can defend and protect us is the police, military, and they can defend and protect us. In our borders, we have the immigrations that can protect our borders and lands. So that's why I have marine and all that. So the security measures have already been put in place. But the way at which the police alert that they gave, you could recall some few weeks now, even I think I said the Cape Coast, a 60-year-old man was shot dead, and then on the people on the motorbike, just at Achimota here, a lady from bank upon the tip of, that's how I would see it. I mean, it's obvious because you can't just drive and come and open a car and take money. It's upon the tip off.
Yes, because how did they know that the woman is having money?
The woman is having money. They came to pick the money. How is it done? Is it from the way we do the recruitment, as it's saying? Even in the banks, how do we recruit our people and put them in the banks? The tellers we have, the people that catch the money for the people. Are you not sure they give information? It's obvious. It's obvious they give them information that, oh, this person has come, is holding it, so quick, and then come and pick it. The way we recruit people into the security services is a major, into all the sector of economy. It's a major problem. Isaac, I happen to work in the employment sector for 8 years. Under President Mills Mahama time, I work in the employment sector. When somebody comes and he wants a job from you, his posture, his demeanor is different. But the moment he gets that job, he calculates your salary, not his. Or anyway, this person there, he takes this money. Why do you give me this money? It's like he has been chopping our money. He has taken our salary and put it in the treasury bills so that the money will grow, then they will withdraw and come back. Allegations. So people don't even have the zeal to get. If you do your research now, in Ghana here, 90% of the people where they are working, it is not their will. It's the conditions that put them there.
They have no other choice.
They have no other choice. That's what lead them to where they are. So we will expect these insecurity things. Unemployment here, see. That is why in every day, everywhere, I will applaud President Kufuor of what he did when he was a president. In 2006, the major security challenges we have in this country was unemployment security and water security. That was when the Kufuor Gallows and thing came. President Kufuor put in the Youth Employment Agency to curb down the unemployment rate, and it brought tension down. When we came, we didn't face much challenges because, in as much as we're even in IMF, the Youth Employment Agency was an avenue to employ. You see, so unemployment has always been the problem that we think it is. So it is one of the major things. Most of the guys go in there, and then because they want to earn a daily life, they go to Ministry of Communication now and just go to NITA. You are a media person. Go and check security crimes and cyber crime rates in this country. It will amaze you. Mobile phone fraud. It's everywhere today in Ghana. It has become an order of the day. So I think that if you want to boil this much into politics, sometimes it's difficult, and actually. So I think that the collective responsibility is that we should move from the scientific education into vocational technical education. Right. And that will help us. My junior brother is in Hoya, is doing auto engineering. I can best tell you, since he went to the school, even though they have free education, I have not even invested a penny. He has never called me for money. You know why? Every vacation he comes, he go to Toyota Ghana. He go and work for Toyota Ghana for the vacation. He will be there with that Toyota Ghana. He has other things. People will call him a car sport. He will go. An SS student too. He will go and do small. Sometimes,
he has begun to well.
Yes. So sometimes now, at the end of the day, he has enough in his pocket. This is the guy who has never asked me anything throughout his education. He wrote his last paper yesterday.
Congratulations.
So these are the things. So if you move to technical and vocational education, and I'm sure from school now he comes, there's an available job for him once he's preparing to go to university. And with what he's doing, the university might not even look for money from anybody to go to university, because when he's even in campus, he'll get other jobs to do. So if you move to technical if you move from the scientific education to technical and vocational education, it will lessen the burden of the job. I did journalism and communication studies. I did renewable energy at Tech before. When I did renewable energy, I think apart from me working with JICA, I have never even held an invention before. I've never done a solar installation before. Until I moved to JICA for some time, then I knew that, okay, this is what we can do. This is inventor. This is how the inventor can be fixed and do this. And that is the problem we have. So the scientific education is what is killing us. People reading sociology, it's a very good course. People reading psychology, I think psychology is one of the best courses. When I have an opportunity to do, I will have a good pastor. You understand? But they will finish and they want to go and work at all. You understand? If you say anything, it is not working. Somebody do psychology, instead of you to go and be in the hospital to do counsel and other things, they won't do. A sociologist who will have to defend and then discover more theories for us to live on a basic motivation will not go there. So the scientific education, we should give it. So when Dr. Edison started with this STEM, you remember the STEM, you see science, technical, and whatever, mathematics education. Yeah. I think it's all collaborating. And then I think we now have a creative arts senior high school. These are the things we should be moving into. That is why Essentially John Dramani Mahama was saying that we're going to move to technical and vocational education. So when we move in there, the TVET, when we move in there, then we'll look at the big push project, the industrialization. No, it's a good idea. Look, I want to say that President Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo has a vision of the 1D, 1F project. Good initiative, but the implementation is a problem.
What has been the problem with it?
In 5 years, he said in 4 years, you're going to build factories. Look, if you go to my area, apart from some few, you will not get any job created there. If there's a factory today, the macro and the micro economy, you don't have to be boosted. Direct and indirect jobs. I have always been telling the MPs that if I'm a member of parliament, or all the members of parliament, if they have been able to go back to their constituency and open one pure water factory across the country, do you know the number of jobs it will create? Do you know the number of jobs that will sell pure water? Go to the street, look at the number of youths that are selling water around the street. These are the things. But in as much as the robbery cases, the crime cases is going on in the public world, it is also another major thing is that in the governmental sector, another crime is causing there, which we have to take a critical look at. In as much as we look at the street boys, let's look at what the politicians are also going into. Are you not amazed? The current investigation that is done at all. I don't know whether I read the report. Have you read the report?
Is it the statement which was released?
Yeah, the investigation that came out. Yeah. The number of government officials, the way the government officials, the Ministry of Energy and the Ministry of Energy mess up the toll. Look, about 4.8 million liters, 8 million gasoline got lost at toll. Today, as I'm talking to you, there's a disappearance of 1,927 liters of gas on the 4th September 2021. Under this government, the disappearance of liters of gas oil got disappeared in the port.
And mind you too, there was a disappearance of LPG belonging to a client between 2012 and 2015.
I am coming
that
there.
Was under the tenure
I
of
am
the
coming
NDC.
there. I'm talking about what got lost. Why are you just going down? Do you have an interest? Or you want me to tell you what is happening?
I have no interest. Probably.
So, no. I am reading the document for you. So what is your interest?
Let's go.
I'm going to do equalization. I'm telling you, I'm not happy of what is happening at the state today.
Right.
So I am telling you that about 252,000 liters of aviation triple kerosene also disappeared at the port, at the toll now. As I'm talking to you now, this government, that was in April 2021. Another disappearance of LPG belonging to a client in 2021. What I don't even know. I didn't see that one well. I don't see that one well. And so all these things get lost at the port and at toll. And this are another major crime that is happening. Some have the opportunity of not using guns, not using knives.
I thought you said you touched on the ones which happened.
I am coming. I am building.
But you've dropped the phone.
I am building the point. So when all these things happens, and we have to fight and then make sure that we keep sanity into our institutions. You see, we sit down and do equalization and this. The MPP has been in power for how many years? 60 years, barely 60 years now. There's an investigation that has been constituted. This is the third MD for toll. You are aware? Yeah. From Osai something. Isaac Osai left, and before the one who came, he had this US scandalous issues that came and he left. Then another one came and he also left. The fourth one, I think Asibe or somebody like that is there now. That came out with this investigation. Now I want to tell us, after finding all this what that happened, after finding all this gargantuan loss of fuel and people thought is shutting down, that's happened. That's because he wanted to say something. He has now gone back, run around and alleged that 4.2 million Ghana City clients gas got lost at the port. That was under NDC time. You understand? So all this long time you've been there, you've not seen this until all this mess that is caused. Then you want to put in and pick up one ingredient and then add it to the whole soup to make the soup look at it as if that it's a collaborative effort. That is not fair. So in short, what I'm saying is that the rate at which crimes happen in this country because of daily bread, I think that we should see to it and then make sure let's create more jobs, let's build out more institutions, they collapse the banking system. Have you been taking Uber? When you happen to take Uber or Bolt and you are discussing with the drivers, 90% of them were bank accountants in the bank. If you like taking the Tiger Nut at the streets or the traffic light, see all these beautiful girls selling Tiger Nut. These were ladies that were working at the bank. They are tellers. There's lots of jobs. They have to go to the street now and sell. And these are the things that happen. Had it not because they had a little capital to start their own, how will it happen? But I think that government will also look at this entrepreneurial development agency. Let us build a strong entrepreneurial development agency. When we build a strong entrepreneurial development agency and we have a little support for the youth to also start their own on their own, it's another thing. All of us are so even though it is difficult. That is why Essentially John Dramani Mahama moved to Exim Bank. You know, the Exim Bank was to start to also support all these small businesses and these other bigger businesses. So before we were leaving power, we disbursed $90 million to put into the agriculture sector. So that when we boost agriculture, we make it agriculture, then we do agri from. That's what we are saying, that the Ministry of Agriculture should not always be a Ministry of Agriculture. It should be a Ministry of Agriculture and Agribusiness. There will be discovery of areas where we'll do micro processing factories that will make sure that every sector where we do, they have processing. And there will be a lot of jobs. We'll have jobs and we'll make sure we put security in place. The welfare of the staff. The Labor Commission have to play a major role, that you don't just employ people, put them in the sector and they'll be working without the welfare. At the end of the day, it all boils down to stealing and all those things that happen. So the government has a role.
And we, the individual citizens of the country, also
has a role.
Have
big one. We have the major role to
and
play.
And I think the police service should be equipped with logistics to help them execute their duties professionally. Well, we've been told by the president during the 50th graduation cadets at the Ghana Police Training School last week that about 20,000 CCTV cameras have been installed so far across the country on our streets. We are looking forward to having about over 3,000 more to be installed. But most of these streets we are talking about are in total darkness.
That's the thing.
Here to have CCTV cameras.
That's the thing.
How then does it work? Because should any robbery incidents occur on that particular stretch, how is this camera going to capture it?
I think the government is in initiative of providing the solar solar system now. That is what they are doing now. So that when the electricity goes off, the solar panel.
It will be a good idea because renewable energy is the order of the deal. Clean energy.
Yeah.
It is a good idea.
But yeah, so that is what the government is doing. That so the government.
But it's not about talking. No, that's the thing.
This government honestly is doing well. You see, so in fact, the government is bent on fighting the crime and the corruption. And you know, when we talk of corruption in this country, the Akufo-Addo's administration is doing fantastically well. I'm surprised my brother has to come in with this Thor issue because we saw or we all witnessed what happened during their regime.
When we paid our debt.
We shouldn't divert the conversation. We should just stick to
between 2014 and 2015, an amount of 2.5 million.
Thank you. Let's end it. Can you please proceed?
What are you talking about?
Gone to the
Collins,
it's illegally transferred to the chief of presidency. What are you talking about?
Very responsible government we have today.
Please.
No,
please.
No, wait.
Please.
We have very responsible government today.
Please. You were here when he was accusing Akufo-Addo's government.
Thank you.
You even assist him by mentioning the figures.
Do you want me to proceed?
No. I want us to proceed.
Then go ahead.
Yes, but what I want him to understand, you see, what I want him to understand that in as much as others use gun to steal, there are people who are using pen to steal, and that is exactly what happened during the term of Iwadaku at the post. Oh, come on.
Right, thank you.
It's illegally being tricky. The handing over from Iwadaku to Obedaku. 5 million gun contaminated oil. No, I'm coming.
What are you doing about it?
You are not the one who brought the issue.
Please. Right, thank you. You're still watching the Ghana Breakfast here on Adoatv television. Thank you. I give you time and you are saying other issues. And it has elapsed. Thank you. Collins Asante, the MPP communication team member, and Richard Manurubi, NDC communication team member. And let's proceed. That is fine. Let's proceed. Thank you.
So let's make progress.
Right.
Nice.
That's for the progress that we are making progress.
Your security lies in your own hands. It's very necessary you make that very paramount. Now, on the front page of the new crusading guide, stop inciting people of Idra. This is coming from a member of parliament and the ticket of the New Patriotic Party, cautioning the National Democratic Congress. I think there was a press conference held 3 days ago by the NDC where they leveled a whole lot of allegations, concerns about. I think that is what has warranted this caution from the member of parliament. So a bit of that. The member of parliament for Doma East, Paul Chum Berima, has warned the National Democratic Congress to desist from inciting the people of Idra with their derogatory comments about the Idra committee report was fair and just and should be accepted by all Ghanaians and its findings and recommendations implemented by government. Let me begin with you, Manurubi. Don't you think the politicization of these whole disturbances is what has escalated into what we are witnessing, especially with the the mob attack of Ibrahim?
Right cases has been one of the incidents that have never been politicized. It's a case where you see Ghanaians has interest.
So?
Yes, Ghanaians has interest. Especially the NDC as a body, we have interest because we are Ghanaians. You know why I'm saying that? The NDC won a Jura seat.
But right from the start, I mean, when there were this blame games among these two political parties where you'd find NDC communicators blaming the NPP for the death of the gentleman as a result of his social media activism, which was portrayed to have made the ruling governing party unpopular in the constituency.
NDC has never involved itself into the politicization of the death of Kaka. NDC just let Ghanaians know a member of MPP, that's Kaka, his involvement in social media activism, and we saw it. It's a public information. You saw it yourself. You have all the documentaries that he was doing. That led to his death. We're thinking that it was not the leadership of NDC went to Ejura to visit the family. We were there the following morning. We were there as leadership of the party, and what we saw was very pleasant. And so we didn't
very pleasant.
No, very sorry. was not pleasant. Then it's like we came out with a press conference to let Ghanaians know clearly what happened. And see, the whole issue is about the Ejura committee report and the finding that came and the recommendations. That is why somebody is saying that we'll stop inciting the people of Ejura. The people of Ejura are not certified for the justice for Kaka. And that is why they went and demonstrated. And upon the demonstration of the death of Kaka, the two people lost their life again. So, mind you, the Ejura committee report was not to go and investigate the death of Kaka. It was to investigate the incident that led to the riot and to the death of the people. And so if you see the committee report that came in, it was as if they just sat somewhere, wrote what they think they heard, and didn't give some people fair hearing. And
some
so
people
the genesis of the issue was what brought the whole thing. Idi. Some people like Idi. The recommendation said, the findings said that
the brother of
Kaka. The recommendation spelled clearly that the death of Kaka was not as a result of social media activism. It was as a result of family fate.
Probably.
So it is linked to the death of, listen, as we are talking now, Kaka's mother have only 2 children, Idi and Kaka. And Idi is the one who is even taking care of Kaka and the wife. They have no problem. They live in peace. They live in harmony.
Is that what the family is saying?
That's what the family told us.
Okay.
At the time we even went there, the family was crying. The wife of Kaka was telling to plead with her in any way that we can do to make sure they take Idi out of the police cells. Will help them, because at the time Kaka was even living, the Kaka was not doing anything. So it was through Idi that they fit. So Kaka is
but we were also told he was a fashion designer and a phone repairer too.
No, yeah, he was not that quite financially result. That's what the wife told us. So if Kaka is gone and Idi is now in the police cells, how will he survive? Even the lady was saying the peace and harmony. Then you tell us that the investigation clearly shows that the death was probably as a result of the family. And Idi, as we talked at that time, was under the grip of the police. Did the committee call Idi to listen to his side of story? No. And besides, if the police is conducting an investigation, a committee doesn't have the power like a commission. This is a fact-finding committee. So you are limited, not like a commission where today the life of Adekoka and Tarzan and Co, you can't take them to court. You remember when we took Tarzan to court, they said no, it was a double jeopardy. Yeah. Because a commission has a power as a high court. Yeah. But a committee is a fact-finding committee. So if the police is doing their fact-finding and you're also doing yours, go into your lane. You come out to tell us that, by the investigation and the finding that the evidence you have was that he doesn't have anything to do. But you remember, Kaka has so many threats from the people in the community. Everybody knows Kaka to be a strong MPP member who has gone there to campaign for the people. At the time Kaka was dead, they were alleging that the DCE's bodyguards were the cause of it. Now you tell us that the people told us that before Kaka was dead, they saw 2 sticks lying beside Kaka. And you tell her that it is Idi killing. Can Idi hold 2 stakes killing Kaka? Is that possible? And does that make sense?
Well, they made those findings as a result of
which findings?
The witnesses that appeared before.
They were not fair. They were not fair in the fact finding. So we are saying that we think that the committee didn't do due diligence, and the committee make another timely recommendation that I got scared. And I only ask that, was it a committee that a high court judge, a retired high court judge, was chairing that committee? That the police officer that you said he was out of gross incompetence that led to the riot and the death of Kaka should be transferred. Isaac, somebody who was gross incompetent, a commander of police, a regional district commander, should be transferred to Nkwantasaf, or to go to Bunkrugu Yoyo, or you want him to go to Kenya Ase to go and cause more or what? I asked, so I was
in
scared.
Handling that particular situation.
So it was gross incompetent. If this your show that you are here, if you don't do well in your show, they should transfer to another TV station to go and handle the same show.
The fact that I cannot be able to handle this show does not mean I cannot handle any other.
So you should be demoted and go and sit somewhere and go through orientation, go to a proper training. The same committee recommended that the DISEC and the MUSEC, the regional minister who was the major cause of sending the military there to go and kill. Unprofessional military men that would think that they were hoodlums from the MPP side to go and cause all those mayhem. Didn't do anything for him. He was not. There's nothing that the report talks about him. But rather you tend to tell us that go and do training for DISEC, MUSEC, and RESEC in all the regions. What is the cost of the training? What is the cost of the training? It means that district heads. Because you are saying that the DC should be
all of these people are politicians, and may not have any in-depth idea on security matters. That is why probably they are recommending that at least once every year the Ghana National Armed Forces
understand it because they are the chairman of the Security Council.
Certainly.
Now you said the DC should be relieved from his post because he didn't do well. Because he was resting. But the regional minister who was sitting somewhere at the circumstance at which he was sitting, he said he was in Accra. Whatever, he said he was sitting somewhere. And we all know him. Wherever he was sitting, he was out of the sitting. That brought the issue. We all know what can happen. That ordered the police the military to go there and start doing whatever they want to do. But the finding, I would say that the shooting was it was from the far distance because the police commander and the military people, the Ajim, you remember the Ashanti Regional Deputy Police, and the military commander said, the police commander said the shooting was within the crowd that came in. But the finding from Eratos Asare Dako, is it Donko, and then the committee came and said no, that was not true. It was the shooting was from afar, so it means that it the security services that shot the people dead. So the whole thing boiled down that the justice that we were fighting for Kaka has led to another death of 2 people and several injured. And yet still the government has to do this to shield the whole thing and make it look as if this is. So we want justice for them. But you should remember, crime has no expiring date. That's what you should know. Crime has no expiring date.
Why is the NDC as a party so interested in this? Because so far you're the only political party spearheading this. We've not heard from the CPP, we've not heard from GUM, we've not even heard from the NPP holding a press conference on this.
But you should know the root of NDC. Believe in democracy, poverty and accountability, who has led democracy to this maturity, at the extent that freedom of speech has been submerged in this country. And you think the party who suffered to bring freedom of speech and bringing democracy to the extent to sit down and a waiting government in waiting, that we need to protect the life of Ghanaians. We should just sit quiet. What the political parties has equal right to do? It is not the interest of NDC. It is the interest of ordinary person in this country to make sure that people are protected. If government cannot protect the citizenry, we have the responsibility to protect them. And that is what we are doing.
What would be your response to others who would say this is an agenda the NDC is trying?
So if somebody died in a cold blood because he's advocating for the development of his constituency, if somebody died because
just because this time around the individual involved is an individual whose work was making the ruling governing party unpopular,
who is also a member of that party. Remember, Kaka is a card-bearing member of MPP, a strong political activist. Kaka went in out there when the president Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo was in Ejura. He campaigned with him. So it is not an agenda. It's about that what is happening in this country, the freedom of speech and the democracy that is not working again. The constitution must be protected. Isaac, will you sit here and let the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana or our rules and laws be in jeopardy? Will you be happy? So you shouldn't think that's an agenda.
Certainly no.
So what's the interest of the NDC? The interest of the NDC is to make sure we protect this country. We are soon coming. And we should make sure that the country is peaceful for other political parties in future to come and govern. So it's not about interest. It's about protecting the ordinary person on the street.
Thank you, Richard Man will be there. Collins, let's hear you.
The MP cautions them because he knows the roots of NDC. He knows what NDC is capable of doing, and he knows what NDC can do. This is a political party that the constitution of the party was signed with the blood. This is a political party that the former president, the then flag bearer, who they believe is still going to be the flag bearer of the party, stood on the platform and said, look, we are a party who emerged from a revolutionary leader. We were in this country.
But why you people have
when you were talking, I was sure that right. I'm coming. You I was
could you allow him?
No. Listening to you.
But give me time.
I know you to be a gentleman.
Oh, but you are. I'm following you. No.
Please continue. Today, don't go to that direction. You see, the MP knows NDC very, very, very well. Apart from the track records of NDC, their current to be flag bearer, John Dramani Mahama, just came out and told the people of this country that going into election 2024 is going to be a do and die, inciting the youth of this country. So the MP has every right to advise them.
Do or die.
Yes, is that not what he said?
He said do and die.
Thank you. Do and die.
Do or die.
Do or die. Is it do or die or do and die?
You are in this country. You know what President said. He said the election is going to be do or die.
That is do and die.
No. We are not going to do anything and die.
So you see, he knows them very well what they can do. Now, this Ejura committee report, the committee has come out with a report. We should be even thankful to the president for setting the committee to go into the matter. Yes.
But was it not necessary? It was necessary for him to do it.
But we have witnessed incidents in this country under the previous administration. Nothing like that sort happened. So we should recommend the president for taking that decision. Now the reports are out. Allow the committee or whoever is in charge of the report or whoever who will react to the report to do his work. You and I know when this issue came, NDC politicized the matter. They accused Kaka speaking against the Face the Country those who are organizing the Face the Country demonstration. They accused him. We were in this country
of speaking against it.
Of course, yes. We saw some of the reports. They accused the NDP that he belongs to the.
He belongs, yes, but not speaking.
No,
not speaking.
By then they were preparing to organize the Face the Country demonstration, or whatever they organized. That involved this Equapin Polo and the likes. So some of them came out that Kaka was speaking against that demonstration.
What I do know is that they said he was part of the Fix the Country demonstration, but I never knew or heard anywhere that it was said that he was against
he was part of the Fix the Country demonstrators, and that's what Kaka,
the movement.
Yes, that's what Kaka has always been doing.
That is what I'm saying, but I never heard that.
No, but yes, but you see, they said he was speaking against them for organizing the demonstration or whatever. In fact, that is the report that came out. We got to hear of it. And unfortunately, the incident happened. Allow the police to do their work. I don't know my brother to be an investigator. I'm surprised today. Yes. He's not doing the work for the police. A committee has set up. Allow the committee to do the work. The committee has done the work. They've come out with a report. Allow the president or whoever will react on will act on the report to react.
Well,
and then let's move on.
The president said we were going to act on the recommendations.
Sorry?
The government said they were going to act on the recommendations.
So allow them to act.
But we're also saying that the recommendations and the findings were not fact findings. That's our problem.
You see, that's where I have the problem for you.
You know, he's saying that the Kaka should not be, the family of Kaka should not be paid any compensation. You know that?
It was in the report.
Yes.
This same
the compensation is to be paid to those who lost their lives during the disturbances.
Yes.
And the other 3 who were injured.
Yes.
Kake's name wasn't mentioned.
And then the recommendation against the MC or the DC.
The removal of him from office.
It's at the result of his life. That was the recommendation they gave. They gave the recommendation that looking at the incident, it's not advisable for him to maintain in that community. So it's better the president takes him away from there to save his life. And I think it's a very good advice.
He had already resigned even before.
So it's a very good advice.
He didn't reapply.
Not at all.
No, he didn't reapply. So that's why the president delayed until the release of the MMDC names before.
Because of only one person.
Before the
are you saying because of only one person?
But that's why did you?
Thank you. Continue with your submission. Let's hear you.
So you see, the MP knows NDC. Going into election 2024, we have almost 2 years. And if we don't advise these people, this country would turn into a different situation. Looking at the attitude of John Dramani Mahama, let me take our mind back to 2012 when MPP lost the election to NDC and John Dramani Mahama. After taking the matter to court, based on the judgment and the ruling, Nana Akufo-Addo came out and said, look, for the sake of peace in this country, I accept the ruling. And congratulate John Dramani Mahama. But look at his recent attitude towards the court ruling that for Akufo-Addo. He refused, and up to now, he has not done it. This person tells you that if he were to be in the shoes of Akufo-Addo, he will allow this country to be destroyed. Because in 2012, there were people around. People have, in fact, there were people massing up from Kumasi and other regions to Accra.
To do what?
They were just waiting for Akufo-Addo to say,
to
do not agree.
And so then what happened? What can they do? What can they do?
But because Akufo-Addo, okay.
No.
Please, you were here. Why are you doing this?
I'm just surprised. If I'm not accepting the result.
No, and you know what I was saying is true. People came to slap us.
They will do all this. Oh, ship there, they will see. What can they do?
Okay. But because Akufo-Addo doesn't want us to get there, he told them to go. No, he told them to go because he is accepting the ruling. Why hasn't John Dramani Mahama accepted the ruling?
Which ruling?
You're asking me which ruling? Yes. The ruling from the Supreme Court.
That one, the court, the Supreme Court.
That you have no evidence, but you took the matter to court.
Yes, go ahead.
You see, so these are the people we are dealing with this country. So if you don't caution them, going into election 2024 is going to be a dicey for this country. Because they have already, they've started inciting the youth of this country that in this election, when you go to the police station and somebody tell you, my brother, go back, slap the person.
No, we never said that. No.
That is the meaning of your do and die.
No.
Please,
do or die. Do or die. That's not fair. You are a constitutional man.
Why are you doing this? No, why are you doing this?
Now vying for
why are you going to do
why are you doing this?
If you do it at the constitution, you are going to cause more mayhem.
Why are you doing this?
We are democratic people.
And that is what democratic people telling your people to go to police station and do and die.
Oh.
You still say do and die.
I know that is the implication of what they said. Do and die. We know John Dramani what Dramani speaks. We see that this same person went to church and said, yeah, he can do more how do you call it, violence than the MPP party.
Oh,
he was the person.
Then I never heard of it, and I don't.
See, let me tell you what. You see what happened. I speak on the president. I speak for John Mahama. What are you saying?
I thought you said you speak for the party. You don't speak for the Mahama.
President Mahama is for the party. What are you saying?
Oh, really?
I'm here in the President Mahama.
Okay.
No, I have.
Okay, so tell us what he said.
I have every right at any time to speak on behalf of President John Dramani Mahama.
Let him tell us what John Mahama said.
What the President John Dramani Mahama said at Ayawaso West Wogon incident was that, listen. It was stating that based on Ayawaso West Wogon incident.
Okay.
Now, we said, when I said that when they went there and members of parliament were slapped The MPP hoodlums were shooting people, shooting their legs. The President Mahama said, look, we are a political party that was born out of revolution.
Thank you.
So when we come to unleashing violence, it is nothing but because
if you say
you
don't give the opportunity to do it. So keep quiet. Keep quiet.
That's exactly what I want to hear.
You get him the opportunity to do so, and I'm giving him the time to do so.
That is exactly what I want to tell me what the president said. And he has told me so. No. So you are telling me you are telling me to give my time to him.
Look at what I'm doing.
That is what you said. You said you are giving him that time to do it. And I'm giving him that time to do it. So why then you give him time? Relax. I'm the moderator here. Relax. Kindly let me. Relax. You get that opportunity. Thank you. Thank you. Please.
No, listen.
Thank you.
I gave my time.
Thank you.
Listen.
Thank you.
Don't be fair to me today. This is my time.
Thank you. You get that
opportunity. Tell me what the president said. And he has told me, so it's okay. There's no for you to continue. What does he want you to tell me? Does he want him? Do you want him to use my time to communicate?
I mean, you are.
That is fine. Then we'll have to end the topic here. Let's proceed.
It's okay. No. It's okay. You've confirmed to me.
Let's end the topic here.
Please. No. We can't end it. You just confirmed. You just
allow this man to sit here and misbehave like that.
Why you
ask me to quote a word?
And you quote it.
You'll be giving additional minutes to do that.
When I'm done, you can give the additional minutes. No, because listen,
look at that.
No.
Right, with that it's fine.
It's okay. You've never been fair to me.
Go ahead.
I gave you my time.
It's okay. That is fine. Go ahead with your submission. I'm listening to you.
And he has confirmed that this is what John Dramani Mahama said. So if he has come out to say this, the MP needs every right to advise them, because going into election 2020 is not going to be easy for 2024. So we know them. So you need to conscientize them before we get there. If you don't take care, these people will turn this country upside down, because it's a party that comes from Israeli how do you call it? How did he say? We've initially what?
You still want him to speak. You still want him to speak. You still want him to speak.
So let me land. So Isaac, going into election 2024, I think as a youth of this country, it's better when NDC person come out to tell you, look, going into election 2024 at the polling station is do or die. Then it means do and die. Don't risk your life for a political party like NDC. Look, this country.
But you shouldn't even risk your life for any political party at all. Oh?
In the positive way, yes. But in the negative way, no.
So why then would you only cite the NDC as an example? Because the other individuals who are also risking their life in what you would describe as a negative way for the new patriotic party.
I have given you several examples based on what John Dramani Mahama said, and based on the political party as the NDC, where they are coming from. Their constitution was signed with blood, not pen, not ink. It was blood. That is the political party of NDC. So they believe in violence, and John Mahama has confirmed it. And this same person has come out to advise the youth that in going into election 2024 is going to be do and die at the polling station. So you need to be fair. So when these people come out to advise you, my brother, you need to take a critical look at the advice. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Emmanuel.
I actually said yes. The President Mahama said the way they were behaving. So when we are a political party, we were born out of revolution, and you know it's a fact. So all this thing they were doing, we can do and do better than what they did at Iowa so years ago. We can do 100 million times more than that. But because we believe in democracy, and we are the people who mess. Because we are the people who mess democracy. Isaac, you know, we mess democracy. So because we mess democracy, we will allow you to go ahead and do what they are doing. And I'm telling you, as you are saying, whether we can do. Look, I can boldly tell and comfortably tell you, you should never. And tell the Nadu Danko Akufo-Addo, whoever is trying to bring as a flag bearer, you should never, and you're Jane Mensah, you're electoral commissioner, tell him, I tell her, you should never think the 2024 election that is coming, it is what they did to steal. We shall make every means.
It's a lesson to all of us here.
Thank you very much.
Lesson to all of us here.
Thank you very much.
You see these people?
We are most. Thank you very much.
These are the people we are dealing with in this country.
Commissioner.
They
can use all the services you want to use. He can use whatever. I am telling you, the 2024 elections, never there. We are not ready for court. We are not ready for demonstration. We shall win that election at the polling station.
So it's but winning the election at the polling station, it may not incite violence.
No.
It may not incite violence. Right, but that is how we would have to end the conversation. But that is how we would have to end the conversation.
You see, we are not going far. Let's go back to 2000.
Don't worry.
That is how we would have to end the discussion. Thank you very much.
Don't worry. If you want to win the election, win at the polling station.
Thank you very much. Right, thank
you. So instead of you to go back and do your correction and come and win the election, we are telling us to go and die at the polling station.
Thank you very much. We are not going to focus on this morning. And that is how we end the conversation. Please, can you allow me sign out? Gentlemen, can you allow me sign out?
I think you need to be very careful.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That is fine. Collins, please, thank you. Thank you all for coming. We do really appreciate your time. And that is how we draw down curtains on today's edition of the Ghana Breakfast Show here on Adoatv Television. And we came to you from 6 a.m. Nanyema Collins brought us the Ghana News. And I started the newspaper headlines with Lady Julia. Isaac to Political Babyface is my name. And on behalf of the production team, Selassie Isaac, Leslie McLean, we say thanks so much for being a part of the program. And thanks so much to all the technical crew. Isaac to Political Babyface is my name. 6 a.m. tomorrow. Let's meet once again. Have a wonderful day.